What's up, everybody? We're going to go live here in just about 3.5 minutes. Really excited. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Guys, I'm going to do a quick mic check here just to make sure that everything sounds good. I've also got a co-commentator who's going to do a quick mic check. Sean, if you wouldn't mind doing a quick mic check.
Hello, TooTallToby community. You hear that?
I can definitely hear you. I hope that everyone in the community can as well. If you guys wouldn't mind giving us a little bit of feedback, let us know if we sound okay. I want to say what's up to Ethan. What's up, VFC, in the chat and in the competition. What's up to Armando from New Mexico? What's up, Ivan Y? Welcome, welcome. We got some Sky Captain fans here in the chat. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right.
Tournament groupies. Amazing.
What's up, Hussein? Welcome. All right. I'm going to just do a quick self-monitoring here, and we're going to get going. All right. Thank you, Armando. I think we are good to go. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to our official 2020 June CAD speedrunning tournament. My name is TooTallToby, and I am super excited to be here with you guys. I'm really excited to talk to you all about kind of the origin of this competition and how things got started, but I know that's not what you're here for. So let me go ahead and introduce my co-commentator, the one and only Sean O'Neill. How are you doing today, Sean?
I'm doing awesome. Like, it is so cool. I said in the chat, so cool to see so many people, you know, that are just all over the world, and so many familiar names, familiar faces, and some that aren't. This is super cool.
This is awesome. And speaking of amazing people from all over the world, we just got the one and only Doug Kuhn logging into chat. What's up, Doug? Welcome. And Matthew is here as well. What's up, Matthew? Yes, maybe one day I will do that fully defined sketch song live, but that's not what we're here for tonight.
Go on, Matt.
So let us know. Let me know if the music is too loud. Let me know if the audio sounds good. Let me know if everything's good here. But I think that with that, we are going to move on here to our very first heads-up competition in this 3D CAD modeling speed run tournament. Guys, this is something that I don't know if this has ever been done on a live stream before, but I'm willing to bet that tonight we have the highest number of concurrent viewers for an educational esport event. At least I'm willing to bet that we do. So let's take a look here at our first round 1A, which is going to feature Smitty versus Ed. So good luck to our competitors. We've already talked about the rules a little bit. As we get deeper into the competition, we'll share what some of those rules are with everyone. But for now, this is the first time they are seeing this print. This is the first time our competitors are going to get a chance to look at it. They're going to have a little bit less than a minute to look at it and make sure that everything looks good, and then they're going to go for it. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Look at this print, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to count down so quickly. We're not counting down yet. Okay, guys, take a look at this print. This one's called Truss bearing. Here we go. Here's what the print looks like. Let me just make that full screen so you guys have a chance to capture that. I just want to remind everybody at home, if you want, you guys at home can play along with by taking a look at this print, by doing a screen capture and trying to model it up. The only thing I'll ask is please don't put the answer in chat. The competitors are going to be putting their answers in chat. So we want to make sure that they are able to answer and that we're able to see who has the correct answer first. So just make sure that you're not putting your answer in chat if you're playing along with at home. You're more than welcome to play along with, but just don't put your answer in chat. Right now what's happening is the competitors are grabbing a screen capture of this model, and they are just about letting me know that they are ready. If you want to play along with at home, make sure you do the same thing. Grab a screen capture of this model, and then you can try to draw it up as well. But I'm getting an indication from both of our competitors that they are ready to go. So with that, guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go for it.
Yeah, we have started. We're off to the races.
Here we go.
Loving it.
So we can see here that on the left we've got Smitty, Tom Smith. He's part of the SolidWorks Champions program. That's the program that you are a big part of, right, Sean?
Indeed, yeah. Tom Smith is a SolidWorks champion, not to mention a former Model Mania champion twice over.
Wow.
I mean, pretty insane. Could you imagine Toby going into a round one matchup with a two-time Model Mania champion?
It would be pretty intimidating, but I gotta tell you, it looks like Ed is giving him a run for his money. I mean, they are both just cooking here, putting out these features.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, I would say if I was looking at, that draft, I might be a little bit concerned if I saw that I was going up against the legend Tom Smith. But Ed's no slouch, man, and he's, you can see here in his title, Ed is both a SolidWorks enthusiast and a mountain biking enthusiast. Have you, Sean, ever been mountain biking?
I have not, but I definitely have been on some nature trails much more with the whole COVID situation. Definitely enjoy doing that, getting into a good audiobook, taking the dog out, taking the the baby out for a nice walk. But
sounds very wholesome.
Yeah. Oh, I'm as wholesome as they come. But yeah, it's I wonder what he listens to when he's riding the bike. You think he listens to like audiobooks of SolidWorks modeling tutorials?
Yeah, I would say that's probably what he's listening to.
It's probably pretty likely.
It doesn't get much better than listening to SolidWorks modeling tips and tricks on audiobook. Well, those of you that are in the audience, if you're not familiar with this type of contest, what's happening here is Tom on the left, Smitty on the left, and Ed on the right are trying to come up with the appropriate mass for this model. So when the competition began, we posted a 2D print of this model. It was the first time they ever saw it. And now they're going head to head here. And this is kind of a unique situation. This is the first time we actually get to see live kind of what goes on in their, in their mind as they're trying to accomplish this model in the fastest possible time. Not only do they have to finish it in the fastest possible time, but it has to be accurate to the dimensions that were on that print. So at the end here, one of these two competitors is going to go into the chat. And I just want to remind again the audience, please don't put your answer in the chat. If you're playing along with at home, please don't put your answer in the chat. But one of our two competitors is going to find out the correct answer to the question of what is the mass of this part in grams. and they're going to put that answer into the chat, and we're going to see, who gets it right. Of course, we got a lot of other competitors on deck tonight. There's 6 people total in this tournament, and so maybe some of those other competitors are also trying to model this thing up to see who can come up with the right answer.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of awesome modelers in this competition, but I'm sure even in the chat, like you mentioned Doug, another Model Mania champion.
Yeah.
Like this community is just stacked.
Yeah, Doug, I've seen Doug a little bit. I think I've had the opportunity to watch Doug model, and I mean, he just has his fingers are like a master pianist. Like he just glides over the keyboard and has all these shortcut keys lined up, and it's just amazing to watch him.
Yeah, it's interesting. This model, Toby, it reminds me. So when I used to have a job where I used to sort of serve as a SolidWorks instructor, there used to be this part that I always used to tell students about called the other arm part, which I thought was a really good one. So I believe it's still in the SolidWorks Essentials course booklet. And it's one of the best parts to me in terms of that discussion on feature ordering, which I know we're all sort of acclimated with now. But you think back to when you first started learning SolidWorks, you first started toying with the parametric modeler, like it really does matter, if you, and really just in a general sense, you talk about like, you put your bosses first and you do your cuts, right? This looks pretty similar to that. It's a pretty neat part. I'm kind of wondering, do you make, like, who makes all these parts? Like,
well, that's great.
You always have really sort of, brain teaser style parts, which are really awesome. But yeah, I'm just wondering.
Well, it's a great point that you make about, order of features, and it absolutely is important. The order in which you create your features can, make the difference between how long it takes you to create a model, in this case, how long it takes you to come up with an answer, and of course, in the future, the ability to create a modification to your model, to edit your model is really important. Like you can see Tom here looks like he's running into a little rebuild error here. Maybe the order in which he made his features wasn't good. I don't know.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I mean, it's something that, as I was creating these models, and I did create all these models, I thought about subbing it out. I looked on Fiverr a little bit to see if I can maybe find somebody, but I didn't want to maybe potentially sacrifice the integrity of the contest, by letting these models get out in the wild. So I did create all these models myself, and as I was creating them, I found it really interesting to notice how the order of these models was so important. Like there's some features in some of these models that you really can't create if you do the models out of order. So definitely something to look out for if you're coming up, if you're on deck, if you're one of the future competitors. Like I see Sky Captain and Brian M are up next. You definitely want to keep an eye on that as you're going through and creating these models, and make sure that you are putting in your features in the correct order, because there's going to be some that are going to be a little tricky. All right, well, I'm looking at the chat. I see Smitty FPV has input a mass of 1,500 grams, and Smitty, that is correct. Congratulations. Yeah. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Ed, good try. You guys can close those models. You guys are both awesome, and you guys are still going to be in it, because what you can see here at the top is you can see that now Tom has an indication that he has won one of the contests. So you can see Tom will have a little green light up there indicating that he has won one of the contests, but it is best of 3. So congratulations, Tom. Very nicely done. Ed, you were right there. You were hot on his heels there. I think you just got a little caught up with that angled part on the back, but you still crushed it. Ed, believe it or not, Ed, started using SolidWorks back in 2010, but he's only been using it intermittently, and he's really been diving back into it a lot lately. So, to be given the former Model Mania champion a run for his money is really awesome. And shout out to Tom here for showing off a little bit. I can see he's...
You can't say it enough, though, about the Model Mania point. And yeah, I mean, I mentioned the COVID stuff earlier. Like, Ed was saying that he's trying to get his CSWE now. Like, he's kind of taking the time to be able to do that, right? We're all kind of finding new hobbies, ways to better ourselves during this weird time. And yeah, that's super admirable. And you gave Tom a big run for his money.
Yeah.
So that's super cool.
Well, it's not over yet, We could still see a comeback here, so we're going to see another matchup between these two titans.
Awesome.
What we're looking at tonight is kind of a subset of what we often do on Monday nights. We do Model Monday Live. If any of you are out there and tuning in for the first time, be sure to check it out. Model Monday Live is a good time. Anybody who's got a YouTube chat and a CAD system that can input density and output mass can participate in Model Monday Live. So, anytime you want to, you can join us. The only thing that's a little bit different about tonight is that tonight, the first person who inputs the correct answer in YouTube chat wins. But if you want to, you can actually have 2 guesses. So if you create your model tonight and you got it wrong and you realize you made a mistake, you can actually double back and correct that mistake so that you have a chance to get it right. Whoever gets the first answer is going to win that matchup. So with that, let's get into our next model here. Guys, this next one is called Buffer Stand. Our competitors have not seen this model yet, so I'm excited to see what they do with it. And here is the print. I'm going to jump this over to full screen so that you guys have a chance to do a screen capture of this. Again, if you're playing along with at home, be sure to feel free to grab a screen capture. I see Nick Sova is out in the chat. What's up, Nick? I see Joe Lance is here. What's up, Joe?
Lance,
too bad you can't stick around. Joe Lance, another rock star in the SolidWorks community. All right, these guys are going to be grabbing a screen capture. If you want to play along with at home, you can grab a screen capture of this as well. Maybe you can model faster. Think about this, Sean. Everybody at home now has the chance to go up against a former Model Mania champion. 2-time Model Mania champion. And everybody at home can see if they are as fast as him and if they can come up with the answer as fast as him. It's pretty crazy, right?
That is pretty crazy. One thing I gotta say I'm wondering is, the first round, I mentioned the first round matchup against Tom, and Ed, you did an awesome job, but how did you pick the matchups out of a hat, or how did you figure out the order?
Oh man, that's another good question. I see both of our competitors are ready to go, so let me just switch it over to these guys. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. And that's a great question, Sean. And I actually did pick the names out of a hat. I had a lot. I had a lot of variables. I had a lot of things to think about, like how are people going to be matched up? Are we going to seed this competition? How are we going to do things? And I think maybe in the future we could get into things like that. We could maybe come up with a solution for that, like figuring out what the best matchups would be. But this time around, all I did was I just went through and took everybody's name, cut their name up, put it into a hat, and started drawing the names out of a hat. I actually made it a video, so there is a YouTube video. If you enjoy watching people cut up paper and put it into a hat and draw names out randomly, you can check out that video. There is a video where the bracket is declared. Now, I do want to give a shout out to, I forget who it was in the chat. It was, let me just see here. Someone had mentioned that Sean was a little bit quiet, and I did turn him up. I'm just curious if anybody else is having problems hearing Sean. If you guys can all hear Sean, and you can hear the music, and you can hear you can hear myself. Obviously, you can hear me. Let me know. Let me know if anything doesn't sound right. We're happy to correct it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see Rosemary is here in the chat. What's up, Rosemary? Welcome, welcome. And I see
settings as well.
Rue FPV is here as well. Amazing videos, Rue. I love watching your stuff. I think it's so funny. Tom always sends it over to me. And let's see here. Okay, and Michael Lord is here. And Tetra is here. What's up, Tetra? Thanks for tuning in. And looks like Dina is here. Looks like she's voting for Ivan to win it all. So, yeah, Sean, to answer your question, I did literally pull the names out of a hat to try to figure out who's going to be paired together. What's the order of the bracket going to be? Now, the other thing that I did was, as you can see, each of these prints has a number on it. You may have seen that number before when I was showing the 2D print. For example, this one is called number 10. It's 06-T-10. So the 06 means that it's June, and then the T means it's for the tournament, and then the 10 means it was the 10th print that I created. But how do I, further randomize the situation? Because now that I know the order of the people, I don't necessarily want to know who's going to get what prints. So just before we got started today, I actually went through and further randomized things with a dice. I have these Dungeons and Dragons dice here, and I use these to further randomize what order the prints would come out in. I did break it up into round of 8 semifinals and finals, because I do feel like there is a slight ramp up in the complexity of the models. So a little later on in the tournament, yeah, you guys will see that level of complexity go up a little bit. But Yeah, I wanted it to be random. I didn't want to know who was going to get what. And I still don't know who's going to get what, because if you think about it, Ed and Tom could go the full 3 matches. So that means they're going to be using 3 models, or they might only go 2 matches. So that means they're only going to use 2 models. So I really don't know who's going to get what models, even in this very first round of 8. The only people I really knew I knew for sure what Tom and Ed were going to get. And then if you do the math, there's one more overlay on the next match with Sky Captain and Brian. But other than that, I don't have any idea who's going to get what models.
So you could say, like, even outside of just the seeing who wins each match, you've modeled it just so this whole competition, so there's even some built-in suspense for yourself.
Indeed. Indeed.
I love it. I think that's really cool. I think that's awesome you did that.
Yeah, I really I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying watching these guys. This is an interesting one. This is interesting.
I wanted to kind of get to this. Like, I've been watching these guys. Like the approaches they're taking, especially to kind of start, like we're a bit different.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip over to the full screen again, just so if you're at home and you didn't get a chance to see what the print looked like. I'll just show it to you real quick here. This isn't gonna mess up our competitors. They grabbed a screen capture of this, but this is the print that we're looking at here, and it looks like both of our competitors are getting a little bit hung up on that curved face on the end. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it is a little tricky because you got the curvature, and then you've got the angled walls there. There's a little bit of trickery going on with this one.
Yeah, this is cool. This is cool to watch. We actually have a full restart here, I believe.
No,
I believe we do, which is pretty cool. I mean, so if you find that
you're going down the wrong path.
Yeah, I guess that, sometimes I think we've all been there where you just close the document.
Yeah,
like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I actually respect that a lot, that you kind of do that. It's interesting.
I've definitely been there. I mean, on things like this, and you can see Tom struggling with it a little bit here, and you can see looks like Ed maybe has a grip on it, but you can see that angled face, it continues down. Let me just so that those of you at home have a chance to kind of see what we're talking about here. The angled face does continue all the way down. It's one continuous face there. And so that could definitely, cause a little hiccup for some of our competitors. So I think that's maybe part of what's challenging them, is you have that angled face coming down, you have that curved face.
Let's see here. Getting a message in the chat here. Got to turn Sean up, so I think we may have to turn my level up a little bit.
Okay. Now, Sean, I have been looking at my volume controls here and have been struggling a little bit with getting your volume up any higher. Do you have any control on your end?
Yeah, let's take a look. I did a little bit with it earlier, but let's see.
If not, I can probably do a little bit. I don't want to blast the music too loud, so let me just adjust the music down a little bit here before I proceed. I'm going to turn you up again a little bit here. Just give me a check again.
All right, check.
All right, guys. I think that's about all I'm going to be able to get from Sean, unfortunately. Sean, I think at this point it's going to be on you. If you can... Maybe your mic's facing the wrong way.
Could be. Let me check a couple settings here.
Okay. And thank you very much, guys, from the chat, letting us know, if anybody doesn't sound... if anybody doesn't have the right volume level, I really appreciate it. It's always helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely don't suffer in silence. I think so. I've changed a couple settings here.
Okay.
Let me let me know in the chat if it's any better. There's definitely some options I could change too. Sometimes it's tough with a live stream because you don't really. Okay, so Matt, I'm seeing Sean sounds fine to me. Cool.
All right.
Let's see here.
And it looks like in the chat here, we got some, So Armando's got to turn them up. Doug says, this is a tough one, but I think I already have it. Of course, Doug already has it.
Yeah,
he's just in there, classically trained pianist, just crushing it, just for fun on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And then Nick asked, why does Tom have the green light? Yep, and then thanks a lot to the chat. They answered that. So whoever's got a green light up there indicates they've won one of the 3 rounds. It is best of 3, not necessarily best 2 out of 3, because there could be a tie, there could be a stalemate. I don't have a clock. That's the one thing I was thinking about doing, and I just never ended up doing it. I do not have a clock on this thing. So, there could be a match that just goes, we could do like an Iron Man where one match goes for 3 hours. Who knows?
Well, it's kind of like, it's almost like, I guess when you look at any competition where it's like a match, it kind of reminds me of like the fighting games we played when we were kids, right? We'd have like a little marker, like if they'd won a match, but it's the full competition, the full round isn't over yet.
Right. All right, here we go.
Let's see what these modelers are up to here.
Doug said he had to fit this into his... Oh, Doug, I think Doug actually is going to probably find a use for this part. He's like, oh, buffer stand? I need one of those. I may as well draw it up now during the competition.
It's awesome. It's not just theoretical learning.
Right.
Actually logging in to figure out like an end use part for himself. That's what sets the Model Mania champions apart from the rest of us.
That's right. Chuck says Ed is killing it. Yeah, Chuck, I completely agree with you. And we got Avery in here. Avery says everything sounds good now. Nice job, Sean. Nice job fixing that.
Yeah, man.
Nick says, yeah, we definitely need to add a clock.
I see.
Oh, whoa. What's come from behind here? What's going on? We might have an answer here in the chat in just a moment, guys.
Tom's doing the whole the mic drop thing, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I feel like mass properties is a mic drop.
It is indeed. So at this point, I think I have to say Tom is not correct. So Tom, you gotta maybe double check. I'm gonna say Tom is not correct. So I guess in a way that gives Ed an advantage because now he can look and see what Tom got and not burn off one of his guesses. But you do get 2 guesses. So if you do get something wrong, you have the chance to go back.
See, Ed leaving the mass properties pane up here. I guess, it's funny. So when you commentate something like this, and it's such a neat format where you get to see, both competitors' screens concurrently. But it's kind of funny when you see the mass property screen up and you can't necessarily hear the competitors. I can just wonder, is it that they're trying to just get the number, they're commenting the right, or are they looking at some of the some of the metrics in mass properties, thinking like, well, does this seem right? Is this right? Kind of standing on ceremony a little bit. It's kind of funny to think like what's going on in their heads.
Yeah. Man, and I see Ed. Looks like what Ed did was he put in the volume instead of the mass in the chat.
Does that Toby, according to your rules, does that burn a guess?
That's a good question. I mean, I hadn't thought about that. I guess
thought of that. Yeah.
I guess technically it does. And so, unfortunately, guys, I think this one is a draw. I think we're going to have to go on to round 3. I don't think anybody's going to win this one. That is not the mass that I got on this one. And if we had time, I would go through and show you guys how I did it and show you the mass that I got. But that is not the mass that I got on this one. So we're going to call this one a draw. That was not what I came up with. You guys were close, but not correct. So we're going to go on to our 3rd and final matchup. Congratulations to both you guys. Sorry that neither of you got it on that one, but that's sometimes how it goes. And so, again, this is best of 3 that we're doing here. Best of 3. So, Sean, what'd you think about that, man?
Knockdown, drag out fight.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of challenge there on some of those features. They were close. They were both, close, but not quite correct. Let's see. I see now the chat is lighting up. Let's see if anybody in the chat was just holding back, just waiting to just rip it in there. All right, guys. Let's take a look at our next challenge here. So, you guys, I really appreciate you trying to answer this one. If you could, please get to a fresh screen. We can see here what the overall bracket's going to look like tonight. I want to, of course, say thank you to our sponsor tonight, Mrs. Tall Toby. putting up the prize money. There is one prize tonight. It's going to be a winner take all. I let the guys know what the prize was last night. We don't have to make that public knowledge, but there is one prize tonight, winner take all. Congratulations to everybody who got in here. Total Thunderdome. Here we go, guys. We're going to do our third and final matchup here of our first match, our first round. This is the first time these guys are seeing this print. This one's called a slotted spider. I think his name just sounds so cool. So you guys take a look at this print. Please grab it in full screen and then let me know once you have it on our side session here.
Interesting part.
Doug probably just eyeballed it up. He's just like, here you go.
Here you go, Doug.
Here you go, guys. It's probably this.
Let me know if you have any questions.
All right, here we go, guys. Marcos, none of the competitors got the answer correct. I will show that one on an upcoming Model Monday Solved. I'll let you guys know what the correct answer is. Okay, I'm seeing feedback from Tom. He is ready. Ed, let me know if you're okay. Ed is ready. Both competitors are ready. In 3, 2, 1, go. And let me just change this guy here. Take a look at our appropriate model. There we go. Oops, what did I move there? Move something I didn't mean to. Man, that was a crazy matchup, huh?
Yeah. I had to ask with slotted spider. I mean, I guess I have two questions. So one, and I'm sure everyone else is interested too. You know, where do you get these names? And then another question is, you know, where do you draw inspiration for the models? Do you kind of Google just random, you know, sort of you know, small mechanical parts? Or, like, what kind of sources are you looking at when you make these or find, you know, objects that you'd like to model for these competitions?
Yeah, so I have to look. I try to look in the oldest possible sources I can find. So a lot of times I go through like old engineering books I have, and I find old like hand drawing prints because that is I don't, you know, you never know what is out there. You never know really what is going on with like what are you actually allowed to use, what aren't you allowed to use. And so a lot of times what I end up doing is I end up going, you know, back as far as I can go, finding 2D handprints from old mechanical engineering books and then modifying them, you know, and a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm trying to modify them to work well in this format, you know, so taking out some of the complexity, making some of the dimensions a little bit easier to read or a little bit easier to grasp, you know. It's tough, man. Like, there's only so many models out there, and I feel like sometimes I'm getting to the point where they're repetitive, but I think I did pretty good with this one. I mean, I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I think with this one, I'm happy with how it turned out. Like, I'm happy with the I'm happy with all of the variety in these prints. And there's some that you're going to see a little later in the competition that I'm just drawing them from things that I have around the house. As we get to those ones, I'll pick up the things, I'll show them to you guys. A lot of times I'll see something and I'll be like, ooh, that would be good for the competition. I mean, I've known we were going to do this competition for the past month, but I've been doing Model Monday for like a few months now, Model Monday Live. And so, you know, I'm kind of getting used to looking around for things. And I'm like, oh, you know, that'll be a good one too. That'll be a good one too. Pat away, Dewey. Pat that back. Doug, thanks.
I'm wondering, have you ever had any of these parts made and maybe given them to Mrs. Tall Toby for as an anniversary present or maybe a birthday present?
I think I haven't done that yet, but I think maybe
I think it's coming.
I think maybe the slotted spider would be a good one, a good one to do that with.
Oh yeah, and probably an amazing necklace, you know, maybe a toe ring or something.
A toe ring, nice. Yeah, that sounds great.
There we go.
Man, look at Ed. He's already got the 6 spokes going.
Yeah, I see that. I saw the preview caught my eye.
This is awesome, man. You're just going for it.
Yeah, it's cool. So it's interesting to see some of the similarities, like you're saying, some of the similarities in the approaches, and then you kind of see where people, they diverge a little bit. They kind of move away from. So the original approach, like the very heavy sketch-based approach, I see both modelers seem to take with that first sketch.
Taking care of a little quick tech support issue here. Mike says that'll be the end of the marriage if I start 3D printing these parts and giving them to her. She'll be like, "That's what you're doing down there."
Hey, you could always give it as a gift on like a Wednesday, just because, kind of see what the reaction is and then kind of scale it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think that's the trick.
I'll report back. Tell you guys how it went.
Yeah. So, Sean, one thing that I thought was kind of interesting was you and I were, we worked together, as you know, for a number of years. I'm trying to find where. Oh, and I went through this box. I found this box of stuff the other day. You can see I got these are SolidWorks 2005 discs. Old installation discs. But I also found this old piece of paper that I have. And at the top of the piece of paper, I know you can't read it on this camera, it says SolidWorks Tourney. Tournament. SolidWorks Tournament, yeah. I was like, how about that? I'm doing it. Just cleaning out my office and I happened to find this. A little bit different format. This was going to be a little different, but it was basically the same thing. It's crazy, man. It's like ripped up old piece of paper. It's got that old paper feel, like it almost feels like money.
So do you recall at this point like what that was going to be? Was it supposed to be so everyone, Toby and I actually used to work in the same group. I think we were it was definitely an awesome group to be a part of. Dan Wagner, who also frequents the TooTallToby live streams, is also part of that. We were kind of our own little dream team out here in Pennsylvania. But do you remember what the aim was, or was it kind of we were gonna do like a team kind of competition?
It was multiple simultaneous people. Yeah. It wasn't team though, but I think that's you just saying that is making me think. Like the idea of getting multiple people together and saying, "Hey, build this." Who can build it first? That might be like next level.
I don't know. So in the chat, do you guys? I'm curious to hear. Like, do you guys do this? Like, do you guys have like email chains or anything you guys do as far as just for fun, kind of modeling competitions? I know we used to do that. And we used to be really down and dirty about it. Like we just used to have 8 or 9 people on an email thread, and we used to use Outlook and just kind of send around a part. And sometimes it would be something that a customer kind of asked for. They were trying to figure out what's the best way to model it. Sometimes it was just for fun, but those were good times. And I think it's interesting because a lot of I think that some of the most rapid periods of my own learning in terms of modeling came from just trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
like those little prompts that we used to do.
Man, while you were talking about that, I was looking at Tom. He's doing a combine here.
There we go.
Man, just going for it. Yeah, I remember that sending, like you said, you get a challenging part and kind of sending it around like, oh, how would you do this? How would you do this? I've seen some stuff like that on Reddit too. Sometimes people go on Reddit. Shout out to Seaworthy Kaiser. I don't know if you're out there, Kaiser, but I always see your posts. I think you're amazing. But I always see him saying like, hey, why don't you try doing this? Let's try doing this, who can do this? And he's been trying to come up with different ways of engaging the community. And of course, it's so funny on Reddit because it's so random, the quality of the response you'll get. Sometimes people will be like, that sounds great. And other times people will be like, I got work to do.
On Reddit.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm busy on Reddit. It's so funny how people are.
That is funny. I work. I guess I'm not sure what they mean. I have some redditing to do, or I have actually like my day job that I'm away from, and I'm going to take that out on you. Like it's kind of a funny thing. I'm not sure what that means. I see mass properties is up.
Oh man,
back.
Is this it?
What does it mean?
I think this means that we have a winner.
Whoa.
You got it, Tom. 1491 within spec. Very nicely done. Congratulations. Let me mark off the win here. Very nicely done. Ed, very nicely done as well. GG. Everybody give Ed GG in the chat. Very nicely done as well, Ed. But this first inaugural round of our championship matchup here looks like it's going to go to Tom. So congratulations to Tom. Let me just mod something here real quick. Sean, just talk to the chat for a second. Are you talking to him?
Yeah, I'm okay. On the spot. I'm a little nervous.
Okay, all right. Well, don't worry about it. I got it taken care of. All right. So congratulations. Very nicely done. Everybody, GG to Ed, and congratulations to Tom. And looks like we're going to be shifting over to our next competitors. So thank you all so much. Awesome job, Ed. Thank you so much for participating. And Tom, you are going to move on to the next round. So congratulations to you as well. And it looks like our next competitors are going to be Sky Captain and Brian M. So if you guys could make sure that you are good here. Hold on one second. I'm just going to change the overlay. Sean, go ahead and talk to the crowd.
Let's see here. I actually want to check in on the chat.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very nice.
So this is a good question for you when you come back, Toby. So
okay.
Ethan says, where's the SolidWorks assembly competition?
Oh,
that would be interesting.
Wow.
And Nick with the assembly with the aghast face. I'd be a little fearful, but I guess you could do it. It's interesting. We've always, it's, at SolidWorks, like you'll see too, it's like with Model Mania over the years, it's pretty much always you're working with a part.
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe it's something that we can make that happen in a future one.
Yeah, if there's like an appetite for it, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it looks like Brian and Nick are all ready to go. Thank you so much for talking to them. Just a reminder to everybody, first person who inputs the correct answer in YouTube wins, and you're allowed 2 guesses per match. Are you guys ready? This one is called a shaft support. This is the first time our competitors are seeing this. So good luck. Good luck very much. That's what I almost said. Good luck very much.
Very much.
Good luck very much to our competitors. We're going to take a look at this in just a moment. Here we go, guys. Take a look at this print. I'm going to jump it over to full screen so you have a chance to do a screen capture. If you want to play along with at home, feel free to grab a screen capture of this thing, see how long it'll take you. Like so many of these prints, it looks like it's a piece of cake. I always see people in Reddit saying, oh, I could probably do that in, 3 minutes. And then I say, well, do it. Let me know. And then they say, this is Doug, by the way. And then I'm like, oh, he actually probably could do it in 3 minutes.
When you're in the top 0.1% of modelers, I mean, a little different story.
All right, it looks like both of our competitors are letting me know that they have captured the print. So don't forget, guys, what we talked about. You're going to close out of this part in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go. We're going to be modeling up the, what is it called? Shaft support?
Shaft support.
Something like that. This one's a cool one. I like this one too. Like so many of these, there were so many opportunities to get in and say like, oh, if I make that feature first, they're gonna have to, like, there's some cool stuff in some of these. Sorry, Sean. Up next, our next competitors are on deck here. I'm looking at my notes. I don't know why I interrupted you to do that. Are Moldolci and
Such
Ivan.
an opportune moment.
I'm sorry, man.
So
all right. So on deck we got Moldolci and we got Ivan the Reasonable. All right, I'm back. I'm back to giving you 100% of my attention.
Here we are. Yeah, it's interesting. So we look at Nick and Brian. They both have this kind of funny, this funny Canadian connection actually. which I was kind of was kind of wondering before you clarified how you bracketed this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
If maybe that's how you were picking.
I didn't even
Like,
think about that. This is the Canadian bracket.
Yeah, so you sent me just some notes, and like you sent me the the bracket and everything just kind of ahead of time, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's some like non-random sort of like rhyme or reason to what Toby did here. But it's really just because of these guys.
Yeah, I know that they have this connection. I mean, I know I guess Sky Captain doesn't live in Canada, but he spends every Thanksgiving there.
Yeah, he says I've always been in Canada on U.S. Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and then Brian says very simply from Canada. I like it.
There we go. A man, a few words.
Yeah, but will it be the like the burning question really is like will these sort of differences and fun facts about themselves and how they express that be reflected in the modeling style? Modeling psychology 101. It's really the hottest course these days. In secondary ed.
Yeah, I think it says a lot about their modeling style.
Modeling psychology.
Yeah, I mean they both kind of they started out taking a similar path, but it looks like they're starting to deviate. I mean now they're back. Now they're both on these holes in the base, but
yeah.
Let's see what they go with here. Look at this! Wow, whoa, pretty clever there, man. Brian with the pattern. That was pretty impressive. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Brian's swinging out the gate.
Yeah.
Check this chat.
So looks like Matthew says, imagine having a relay where one person has to model for 5 minutes and hand it over to the next one. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Man,
wow.
Imagine that. Like you'd really have to be in sync with that person. Like, why'd you make it like this?
Man, that would be tough.
Yeah.
Talk about modeling psychology. Like, can you imagine like if you're in a relay with someone else while you're modeling with them? Man, the pressure is.
It'd be like real work. It'd be like doing a regular job.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a regular job. So I was thinking, Toby, it's funny because you kind of mentioned when you're on Reddit sometimes like you'll kind of observe people's answers to that sort of question.
Right.
How long would it take you to model this part? I've noticed that with guests that does seem to be a question that you'll ask pretty commonly. You asked me. I know when I was on with when it was Kirby and Johnny, the core podcast guys, you're asking them. I gotta wonder kind of what goes through your head, when people answer sometimes, and I wonder how you gauge whether you think someone can do it or not.
Well, having done Model Mania so many times, I know how quickly that time goes past. I mean, that's the thing, is that when you're there in the booth, when you're under the gun, when these guys are competing here tonight, and they know that this is they're under the gun, they're against somebody else. Like that time just burns off so fast and you don't even realize how quickly it's gone by. So I think it's something where like you say, oh yeah, I could probably do that in 5 minutes. But then when you're actually doing it, you're like, what? 15 minutes went by already? Oh man.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's so true.
So usually I believe it when the person says that they would take 20 minutes. Or if they just say, I probably couldn't do that. I think Johnny was like, it probably would take me like a day.
Johnny's just modeling all the time at his job.
Let's see. Brian M put an answer in the chat. That is not the correct answer, Brian M.
Sorry, Brian.
Sky Captain is still alive.
One of those.
I like the color of Sky Captain's part there too.
Yeah. That is kind of neat. So I didn't catch that at the beginning. If it was a color choice, or if that's just sort of like a template thing. A color choice would be bold, especially in this, right? You get no points for color, and you're taking time to get that aqua blue.
But he's just going for it anyway.
Yeah, he's like, I'm on live YouTube. I gotta make this thing look nice.
All right, Brian M. 952. We have a correct answer. Sky Captain, GG, but you're still in it. Just G match.
Still in it.
Guess that's what you would say.
G match.
G match. So very nicely done, Brian M. Very, very nicely done. Putting all the smack talkers down, quietening them up. I saw all that smack talk going on in the chats. All right, guys. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Sean, I love this picture of you. It always looks like you're smiling. Every time I tell a joke, it looks like you're smiling.
I'm just laughing. I'm having a great time.
I'm really enjoying seeing it.
That's taken directly from an earlier episode of Too Tall Toby.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's exactly where that's from.
So first person who inputs the correct answer on YouTube wins, and you're allowed 2 guesses per match. And I think Brian executed that exquisitely.
I see Mike Puckett. I'm just kind of checking in the chat. A lot of message here. Mike Puckett saying, seeing a trend of the winners being CSWE so far.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Wow, yeah, having your expert certification is extremely useful. Here's a little disclaimer. This competition is really just meant to be fun and good-spirited, and I will probably screw up something at some point. So, just be okay with that. We'll figure it out together. All right, that's my disclaimer for the night. Let's get into the next print here. Guys, it's the first time they've seen this one. All right? This is called TO3 Light Cap. Congratulations to Brian M for winning the first match, but it's not over yet. Sky Captain, Brian M, good luck. Here we go. Let me make this full screen so that you can see it. And grab a screen capture.
Take a look.
You can see from this print here, Sean, this is some kind of I guess you probably would use this as like a book light, maybe book light cap.
Yeah, potentially. But like the first thing I thought of really was kind of in stream with the rest of our conversation is that this is totally one that someone would glance. They glance at that sort of like the isometric view you have on the right, and they'd be like, "Oh, what? This is in a modeling competition?"
Yeah.
But then he's trying to make it, and it's like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Well, it looks like both of our competitors are ready. So here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Good luck. Let's see how they start. A couple options on how you could start this one.
Looking at.
Yeah, we're gonna see what they decide to go with.
Let's see. Look at Sky Captain's screen, trying to see what color his part's gonna
Sky
be.
Captain just
See he's
like, I'll tell you how I'm starting. I'm starting by assigning a yellow color.
I'm changing the emission settings. That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing. Just in the perspective. That's what you got to do. Sky Captain could actually limbo under a 2-foot high limbo pole. That's pretty impressive, huh?
That sounds like I'm sure all of us have been in like an orientation or something. Whether it's for like a work activity or like a retreat or a new job or something. It's like, tell us something that we don't know about you. That is like dead on. That's his thing. I'm sure Sky Captain, we gotta talk later. I'm sure you've used that before.
Yeah. I think that we just need to have more limbo activities at the World Conferences.
Oh, I think so too. I think we need to have like a SolidWorks like SolidWorks branded like limbo pole.
Oh, I like that.
That would be good.
Yeah. We could draw it up.
Yeah, we could draw it up.
Yeah.
We could have like on the end caps, we could have like 3D Experience compass. Like we could really trick this thing out.
Really brand this thing up.
So let's see. I'm seeing different approaches.
Yeah, very different approaches.
Very different.
Now Brian likes machine learning, so maybe this is how a machine would approach this thing. He's like, it's a little unorthodox, but this is watch.
A little unorthodox, but this is the most efficient approach.
This is the absolute least number of clicks.
We've gone through all 10,000 ways of doing this model.
Yeah, that's what that pause was there for a second.
I'm noticing that the model's not moving with his cursor. It seems like he just has this like infinite macro running.
Man, this, like you said, this is one that I think people would look at and they would look at this print. I'm gonna flip over the print here for a second. They would look at this print and they would think to themselves, "Oh yeah, no problem. I can do that. 2 minutes, no problem." Yeah,
absolutely.
Piece of cake. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, this is by far, I think of all the models we've looked at, this is by far that.
Yeah, it's the one that people thought for sure it's gonna be no problem.
I know better. I would say we probably, people that have tuned into the live streams definitely know better at this point. Like, especially if you've actually tried to, which I did when we were on with Drew, right? So I was kind of on the side, just like doing it, and admittedly, definitely a little rusty. But I was kind of going through it and like trying to talk at the same time, and I was like, I need to dedicate full attention to this thing. Like, I can't just be can't be doing live stream chat, and trying to model this thing.
Well, we got a special guest in the chat right now, Mr. Christopher Dwyer. Welcome to the party, Chris Dwyer, old friend, one of my oldest and bestest friends.
Let's see. All right, let's see what's going on.
He's probably in here modeling this thing up in SolidWorks too, right now. What do you guys think in the chat? This is everything sounding good? Everything looking good? Everybody wondering how to model this thing?
Yeah, this is I mean, kind of quiet. I'm focusing on these approaches. They're so different.
Yep.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tom Smith says, I'm already done with this one. I know I'm moving ahead, but I'm still practicing.
There we go.
He says that's how you become champion. You never stop.
Love how Tom is punking the competition from the side. He's like, not done. Like,
he's just letting them know.
Just letting them know. He's like, I'm in
how
the
you
chat. I see you guys. I just want to let you know.
Just want to let you know I'm in here. If you guys have any questions on this one. Yeah.
A great world session would actually be, I'm thinking, like, if we did if Tom and Doug, like, if you guys go and just like do a duel.
Wow. That's it. That's the whole session.
Breakout session, that's the session. Like,
that's the session.
It doesn't need a description. It's just like, watch these guys battling at each other. I'm not even kidding. Like, I think it would be full. Like,
yeah, it would be epic.
No problem.
I think I'm gonna put a clock on these guys. I'm gonna wait another minute and then I'm gonna drop a clock on these guys.
Do you remember where you found this one, Toby? Like this specific model, or like what the inspiration for it was?
This actually was one that was on Reddit. I saw somebody on Reddit had a question about a model like this, and ultimately it was a question about getting that flat face in there. There was if you notice here that in that isometric view in the upper left, or the angled view in the upper left, you can see that there's some of this is planar, some of it is non-planar. Hold on a second. We just had a... Holy smokes. Man, Brian M. just came alive. Look at this. This is insane.
Yeah. The machine learning.
Yeah. This is amazing. I'm loving this.
Screen's just flickering.
Yeah. Can't keep up with the...
Yeah, I need to avert my
deep
eyes.
blue. Wow.
Interesting.
All right, I'm gonna drop the clock on these guys just to make sure that we don't run out of time for the night. So
Trying to face mirror. Oh, there we go. Body mirror. Oh, interesting.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Up next, we got Moldulci and Ivan the Reasonable.
I'm just staring, seeing see what Brian's doing here.
Yep.
So,
Sky Captain looks like he maybe is a little bit stuck here.
Yeah, but as we've learned with this part, you can quickly make progress.
Things can turn around very quickly.
I can believe my eyes. I was like, wait, this thing looks good. As we're changing some things, seems Brian might have caught an issue here.
Yeah, Smitty said the same thing. It's amazing how the models look completely out of whack, and then boom, it's done. What's up, Solid Wise? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. We're not done. We're just getting started. Avery says 2400 bald. That's right. That's why his screen's flickering so much.
Interesting. It's so funny to read the chat too.
Yeah. Brian M is in the chat and he's competing. How is this possible?
Man. Well, it's because the joke continues.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Look at Sky
Ethan.
Captain. Oh, Brian M, full restart. Clock is running down, 3.5 minutes. Wow.
Whoa.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. So Doug was saying it's a pretty short session in reference to
Wow.
never stops.
Wow.
See, I see. Well, Michael. I mean, if Michael Lord thinks it's a good idea, we should probably just try to.
Yeah.
We should probably do it.
Yeah, I'm on board 100%.
It's funny. Ethan was trolling Brian. He says, "I'm just joking with him. Brian's a good friend of mine." It's funny the things you can say to your friends during modeling competitions that you can't say to anyone else.
It's a very, very subset of your trolling. Can only really be done here.
At World, it should be expert against random attendee.
Oh,
I like that too. That's a really good idea. We gotta get our friend Michael Steves on this. He would love it.
Solid Y says this one feels very CSWE exam. It could be. It's one of those weird things where, like, the more you look at this print, because when I'm modeling these up, I model them, and then I model them again, and then I model them again from a different computer just to make sure. Just to make sure that I'm getting the same answer every time. Because before I post an answer up there, I want to make sure it's right. Sometimes I look at it that second or third time through, and I'm like, wait a second. I could have just done this. Oh. Yeah, that makes way more sense, you know? Or a lot of times people will tell me that in the chat, too. They'll be like, oh, you could have just done it like this. Man, look at Brian M. Just a machine. Brian M for the win. 199 grams is correct. GG, Sky Captain. Everybody give Sky Captain GG, and everybody give Brian M GG as well, because that was really cool. Like you said, you look down and it's like, wow, okay, I guess he's done. I guess he's got it. That was that, and that was off of a full restart too.
I just said in the chat. I mean, I'll reiterate it here. It's just like what a battle. Like, yeah, like you said, the full restart. Like,
he doesn't even care.
Man,
he just goes for it, man. That's so awesome. Well, congratulations to Sky Captain and congratulations to Brian M. But it looks like Brian M is going to move on to the semifinals, and in a few minutes we're going to see him taking on our very own Tom Smith. So next up we got Moldelchi and Ivan. So if you guys could please make sure that you are ready to go at your computers. I'm just going to update the overlay here. Sean, as usual, if you could please talk to the crowd. Tell them a story about yourself.
Well, I think one thing I just want to say is I don't want to move on from that specific challenge too quickly. Like these like in terms of if you look at just chat activity from this, like insane. It just completely blew up. Like virtual flat cat, our good friend Rob was like, I'm on the edge of my seat. It's insane how you start to. I think it's the clock and it's ticking and the restarts and how it's difficult. It's crazy. You start to feel the tension yourself, even if you're not even modeling it.
All right, so Moldulci, if you could please share your screen, we'll be good to go here.
Ivan the Reasonable.
There we go. All right, awesome. We got both our competitors here. Let's take a look at our next model. Just a quick reminder here, this is a picture of me. I love this picture of me. I look very happy. a lot of times on Model Monday Live, I will go through and model up some of the old, previous competitions. So if you're tuning in tonight and you want to see some of these, particularly the ones that no one got, I'll definitely be going through and modeling them up, and I'll be happy to show you how to do them. We do those on Monday nights at 9 p.m. East Coast, so be sure to tune in to that Monday night modeling. You can participate too. All right, guys, this next one is a fun one that I think you guys will really enjoy. This is T12. This one is called wing fitting. This is the first time our competitors have a chance to see this. First time everybody at home has a chance to see this if you want to play along with at home. And we got some fans of Ivan here in the chat, so good luck, Ivan, from your friend Jason. Here we go, guys. Here's the print. Let me jump this over to full screen so you have a chance to grab a screen capture of it. This is called T12 wing fitting. Make sure everybody has a chance to grab that. And after this, we're going to have our last round our last matchup in this first round, which is going to be between Corey T and Virtual Flat CAD. It's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. One I'm definitely excited to see. This one's
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the sort of that top portion where the fillet meets that flat face. Yeah, this one's pretty cool.
Okay, well, we got Moldolci. If you're good, give me 2 circles there in that part. Okay, we're good. Everybody looks like they're good here. So our competitors are ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go. And ignore that timer. I'll turn that timer off right now. There we go.
Here we go.
Okay, Moldolci here on the left. And we got Ivan the Reasonable here on the right. Both look like they're starting out pretty much the same. Oh, well, a little deviation now already.
Yeah. Interesting. I just gotta say his SolidWorks setup is pretty interesting.
What are you seeing about his SolidWorks setup that's interesting?
He's got an Adobe icon there. He seems to have maybe some custom add-ins.
No command manager.
No command manager.
No toolbars at all.
No toolbars.
Holy smokes!
I'm shocked.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah. Oh, and a custom. It seems a customized preview color as well.
Wow, that's when you're really digging into these system options.
And oh wow, look at that! The shortcut bar customized.
Yeah, I love the shortcut
space bar
Can't
orientation.
Go wrong, right? Looks like pretty nice use of Hole Wizard here as well.
Yeah. Wow. Even a customized feature tree has some items hidden that like we usually just don't touch. Very cool. And the freeze bar just sitting there chilling.
Wow. It's like Moldolci's taking a different route here. He's going to start out with those holes going down the center.
Moldolci's like basically saying like, okay, you can talk about Ivan's setup, but I'll keep modeling.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys at the finish line.
I'll see you guys there.
Oh, we see Ivan utilizing. I don't want to say it out loud, but we'll see what happens. I got a little too excited there. Sorry, Sean. Got to remember to maintain my poker face here.
I mean, it's interesting. I guess if you do say something out loud, like it would be interesting to see if like somebody would follow suit, right?
Right.
It's like, okay, well, if I do it, then do I submit to the idea that this person may be ahead of me?
Yeah.
Their approach may be better than mine, right? It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's there's a lot going on here. There's definitely a lot going on here.
I see. Okay, Moldolci's using some construction geometry here. I won't say exactly how, but interesting, cool.
I got the wrong model here on my overlay. That's the light cap. I was too amazed looking at our amazing competitors.
And their SolidWorks layouts.
Yeah, their SolidWorks styles. Man.
Well, it's funny. You and I just across like different experiences of seeing so many people's SolidWorks layouts, and to kind of, you know, be taken aback is a bit of a rarity.
Yeah,
Like
I completely agree. I mean,
point.
you probably still more than me. You probably still see people's setups, right? With your, you talk to a lot of SolidWorks users. You talk to a lot of users groups, leaders, and champions, and
yeah, it's funny these days too. Like definitely a lot of different users. You know, so just so you guys in the audience, so one of the things I do at my job here at SolidWorks is I actually work on something called the SolidWorks Influencer Program, where a lot of the design, engineering, YouTubers, content creators you'll see out there will work together, and it's kind of cool to see see how they do things as well. But like you're saying too, Toby, like a lot of and definitely over the years as well, just a lot of different like actual normal sort of like production use cases as well. So I see, let's see, so Modelchi is, see a bit of a pause here. Not sure if you're seeing the same.
yeah, I think he's just looking up. I think he's just looking at the print.
Cool. Yeah, it's funny, like you never know, right?
Yeah. Yep. Still moving.
All right, Ivan. Yeah, or maybe you're even like getting out to get a glass of water.
Just right in the middle of the match.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking he's like, I'm probably far enough ahead. I'm gonna go. That would be the ultimate flex. Just go get a glass of water. You're not even thirsty.
Well, I see an answer in the chat, and the answer is correct. So very nicely done to Ivan the Reasonable.
Good job,
And
guys.
he's gonna tick off the first win there. Good match. It's not over yet. It is the best of 3, but nicely done, and nicely done, Moldolci as well. And Moldolci, he has only been using SolidWorks since he's been working in Germany since 2016. That's pretty cool, huh? So he's up late right now. He's over in Germany right now, competing in this.
That's insane.
How cool is that?
Power of YouTube, and I have to say the power of TooTallToby.
Oh, stop. Sean.
That's true. It's awesome. That's really cool.
Oh, man. All right. Well, very nicely done to Moldolci. Very nicely done to Ivan. Let's take a look at our next model here. As we know, oops, sorry, I got to get Brian up in there too. As we know, this is the first time our competitors are going to even see this thing. This was actually the first print that I created for this competition, 06T-01. This one's called Tie Plate. So good luck to everybody. This is the first time our competitors are seeing this. Let's take a look at this print. If you want to play along with at home, feel free to grab a screenshot of this. I'll make it here full screen so everybody can see it. And this is one that I think these guys are going to have no problem with. I think these guys are just going to go through and crush it. Alpar, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the party. Very nicely done. Yeah, a little bit of a discussion in there of maybe a potential speedrun exploit that I noticed that one of our competitors was using. I was thinking about some of these exploits actually. You know, as a gamer, this is like what it's all about. It's all about like trying to break the system a little bit. And there are definitely a few exploits that I came about when I was putting together these models. So we'll see if we see any more of those exploits. Everybody keep your eyes peeled. Maybe you'll see one on this run. All right, guys, here we go. It looks like both of our competitors are ready. So we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. And here we see.
Off to the races.
Once again, off to the races here. I saw in chat that Mike Puckett noticed that our next competitor is Fusion 360 certified. He's actually a Fusion 360 user. So we're going to see Fusion 360 up against SolidWorks here tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. And of course, those of you out there that are watching, if you have your own CAD system that you utilize, you know, come on down to Model Monday Live. You can bring your own CAD system. Any systems that are out there. All systems are welcome here.
I mean, but really in a crowd of SolidWorks users, what a way to establish yourself as the ultimate heel. Like, Yeah, definitely. On some level, you gotta pay respect.
Yeah.
Come in. Coming to this house and you
Yeah.
start doing that.
Corey's coming in hot.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like, no, I brought Zima.
I mean, really, it's like what a flex, what a display of confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
This one's interesting too. Kind of seeing, I think they may have even chosen different. Yeah, they chose different planes. Interesting. Yeah. So
yeah.
They're definitely starting different here.
Some of these models, you can use some of those exploits. Other ones, you can't. And so there's.
Well, it's funny because, like, if you're just in isolation by yourself, getting the density or something, like you can do that and no one would know. But I'm wondering what the community is going to do. If they spot the exploits now, and they're just be like, oh no, I know
start using them. Yeah, they can start using them. I mean, I was definitely conscious of it when creating these models, and I tried to create them in a way that, like, you wouldn't be able to benefit that much from it, but it's definitely oh, wait, Ethan said, question, can we see the winner of this competition? Oh, versus Toby. I thought you said, can we see the winner, and you were asking me. Yeah, we thought about that too, Ethan. Ethan says, can we see the winner of this competition versus Toby, like at the end, if it's like, congratulations, but there's still one final boss. And I made the models.
Oh, man.
You got to beat me at making a model that I already made.
I mean, that's total fighting video game. Like, at that point, like, you're no different.
Yeah, that's...
Why do I hear boss music?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what you need, yeah.
I see Mike Puckett, he said, in a SolidWorks certification exam, that could have been an issue in later downstream changes.
Using a different CAD package, maybe, he means?
Well,
the exploit.
Yeah, the exploits. I remember, like, there was how many certified users, by the way, in the chat? Give a +1, maybe give your favorite.
Let's do an over under. Let's do an over under. So there's 52 people watching right now. So I would say over under. There's 18. That's my number. So certified at any level, you're saying, right? Or you?
Yeah, certified at any level.
Okay. I'm gonna say 18. You want over or under?
I would say over.
Wow. Okay. Let's see if Sean's right, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a certification, a SolidWorks certification.
SolidWorks certification.
Yeah. Sorry, Corey. Although you might have a SolidWorks certification too. You're pretty darn sharp.
he's so good.
Yeah.
CSWE, bunch of CSWPs. Oh, Corey with a 0. Wow, amazing.
There we go. You can tally this up in the chat. I'm not gonna add it up.
Oh, man.
We got Moldolci here crushing it with this side pin. This is definitely one of the interesting features here.
I have an eye on the model up. Let's see.
They were creeping in on the 18 number pretty quick. And it looks like we have our winner. Congratulations, everybody give Moldolci a GG. Very nice job, Moldolci. Yeah. He is a long-time SolidWorks user, been using SolidWorks for 20 years, believe it or not. And he mainly focuses on pattern making and or patent making. Yeah, that's awesome, Moldolci. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys can see his LinkedIn info up top there if you want to get in touch with him. Very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. So our win here is going to go to Ivan the Reasonable. Ivan is going to move on into the semifinals. Everybody give Ivan a congratulations. Everybody give Moldolci a GG. And I'm going to get us ready for our next competitors here. Let me flip over to our PowerPoint. So congratulations to Ivan for moving on there in this bracket, this heads up bracket. Congratulations to everybody for playing. And we're now ready to move on to our match between Corey T and Virtual Flat CAD. So just give me a moment here so I can update the names. and I'll make sure that I got everybody's screen showing right.
What a battle of the Titans. This is gonna be.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Crazy.
You know, get your popcorn ready, guys. This one is gonna be a good one. All right, let me make sure that I've got the appropriate screen shares here. Corey, if you could please make sure you're sharing your screen, and we'll make sure that we got. All right, I see that one says SolidWorks, so that one's definitely. All right, here we go. All right, you guys. So we got our first guest using non-SolidWorks. So this is awesome, and this will be a treat. And some of you out there may not have ever seen Fusion 360, so you'll have a chance to actually see it here. Let me just make sure the screen is good. Okay, we're gonna lose a little bit of it. I think it's gonna look pretty good overall. All right, I'll fix this as we're going through here.
Rob with the dark gray SolidWorks. You guys may see. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's not up yet. Yep. Sorry. All right, as always, our competitors have not yet seen what this model is going to be. So we're going to let them see it for the first time here. Here we go. Let me bring up this print here. This one is called... Oh, this is one of my favorites. This one is called Corner Tie. And here is what it looks like. So you guys take a look at this. Let me flip this over to full screen so that you have a chance to grab this. If you're playing along with at home, feel free to grab a copy of this. But of course, don't put the answer into the chat. We don't want people to see this answer. We don't want our competitors. We don't want any spoilers.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool one. I say that about every one though.
No, this is cool. Yeah, this is interesting.
This is gonna be a good one, I think. So once our competitors have a chance to see that on the stream and grab a screen grab of it, they're gonna let me know. And once they let me know, we're gonna see what happens.
There should be like a game almost, like maybe like this new thing where it's like take a picture of a part in everyday life and like submit it to TooTallToby.
That doesn't sound like a game. That just sounds like work.
There's a game where you give Toby new kinds of work.
Just give me your work, yeah, and ask me to do it for you. That sounds like a really fun game. Okay,
so everyone else, all you do is you take a picture with your cell phone camera. Toby makes full prints.
All right, our competitors are ready. Guys, this is what we've been waiting for. We have a SolidWorks expert. We have a Fusion 360 expert, both on their home turf. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. They're both starting off. Let's see how they start off this model. This red, kind of weird corner bracket part. A couple different ways you can model this thing, so we're going to see what they come up with.
This is super interesting.
Yeah, kind of going about it different ways too, huh?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see too, two different CAD systems, kind of how that might influence the approaches. But
right,
this is cool. All right, so let's see here, but not too different. Oh, interesting. I mean, in terms of some of the stuff I'm saying, but okay. See. Cool.
I like that. Yep, that's a good solid start for sure.
It's kind of funny this like dance we're doing. We're basically trying to be a little general.
Yeah. You don't want to say.
You want to be like, oh, okay.
You don't want to be like, I've been using an exploit.
Or you guys are doing the same exact thing. Keep it up.
Oh, I almost misclicked. It ended the whole thing there.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, it looks like Mike Puckett got a message held for review. Looks like he's showing off a personal email. I'm gonna let it through though.
Approved.
Approved. Oh man. Very similar track here. Look at this. They both have almost the same geometry going. This is crazy.
This is cool. So we just some fun facts. You think it's a good idea? Let's go into some of these, Toby, just while we're going.
I don't know. I kind of want to see this. I'm kind of enthralled, to be honest.
Oh, really? You're sort of. Yeah, it's interesting. So I see some of what Rob's getting into. It's
Look
cool.
at Corey, like the
let's
contour,
on the
using the
bone.
contours there, and then that's a pretty darn good method to make those C-bores. Wow, this is so neck and neck.
Okay. Kind of curious to see where we go with where Corey goes here.
Uh-oh. Is Corey having a... Okay. Oh, he was modeling the spider just for fun, huh? Wait a second. Wait.
No,
I think I lost Corey's screen here.
Yeah, I think so as well.
We're looking at Ed's screen.
I think Corey's having some difficulties.
Let's see. We'll see what happens here. Corey, if you can share your screen again. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can't like remote grab your screen. Shout out to Ed for leaving his. Oh no! Corey says R.I.P. Fusion. No! Oh man.
That sucks, man.
Oh no! All right, we're gonna get Corey back up and running. It may, you may still be able to fresh restart. We've seen crazier things in this competition, but if not, you can certainly. Yeah, shout out to Ed for showing his screen. Good job, Ed. Keep going, man. Oh man, this is awesome. At least the whole thing, the whole overlay did.
Cool. Man, but what? That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, Corey may try to do a fresh restart. See, he's showing his screen again. Okay, he's gonna try and do fresh restart. Rob, you got a definite advantage here. If you lose this one, man, you're gonna let down the whole community. No pressure.
It's
Oh
interesting.
man, that was so close too. Okay. Looks like we have Rob, Virtual Flat CAD. Sorry, guys, that's Rob. Whenever we say Rob, we mean Virtual Flat CAD. VFC in the chat, 1.5 pounds. That is correct. Congratulations, VFC. But I got to tell you, man, you guys were neck and neck there. That was pretty darn close. All right, well, let's move on. Okay. This next one is one that... This is definitely one of these ones that I saw around the house because you guys know that that's what I'm looking for when I'm making these parts. Whoops, I put in the wrong graphic there for the win. Stand by one moment, guys. That was supposed to be just one win on that side. Man, that's brutal. The whole chat is like, oh man. The whole chat is just like, that was so close. Everybody, it was so close. It was so awesome to watch it. All right. And Corey says F. That's how he feels about that. I think we all agree and we all feel you there, Corey. Sorry, bro. It's all right though. Don't just shake it off, okay? We're gonna keep going here.
There goes clean slate.
Clean slate. It's all good. Just a little reminder there of our bracket. And let's take a look at the next one. This is the first time our competitors are seeing this. Here we go. This one's called Shelf Support. And here we go. So you can see, guys, I'll make a full screen in a second. This is one of these bracket things that you use when you're putting a shelf together. Let me make a full screen. I probably didn't need to show that right now. So unnecessary. So if you're following along with if you're playing along with at home, Philip says, I feel bad. SolidWorks crashes too. LOL. That's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, press F for sending your respects to Corey. There you go. F in the chat. We've all been there, man. It's brutal. Man, it was neck and neck too. All right, our competitors have a chance to look at the print, grab a screen grab of the print, make sure that they are ready, and then they're going to notify me when they are ready. This is the first time they've seen the print, so Sky Captain, everybody's giving Corey their support. Corey, you got the whole chat behind you, man. That's brutal. All right. Our competitors are both indicating that they are ready. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Try and model up that part. Gloves are coming off. Things are serious now.
Corey's back in the ring.
Yeah, Corey is back, and he's ready. So yeah, this is one of these. These are these. I don't know what they're called. Shelf support. That's what I call it.
Shelf support.
So it's a little. These little plastic things that you put together. I'm willing to bet that most of you guys have seen these things. If you ever lived in an apartment, you definitely have seen these things. I have lived in apartments. And that was the primary method of holding stuff up. Using those metal racks that have those special shelves on them.
Kind of funny, like it's one of those things where next time, we each see one of these, we'll immediately think back to this modeling competition.
Yeah, the shelf support.
Your new shelf support.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of software setups, I think Rob's is pretty cool. So he seems to have the three axes set up about the standard planes.
Oh, that's cool. Just ready to go.
Planes. Yeah, he's just ready to go.
Right out the gate.
Interesting.
Little misclick. Saw Rob misclick there. I remember Rob talked about that in the chat. He said that when he's doing these, his fingers get jittery. He gets so nervous, and then he ends up misclicking or mistyping. It's ironic because Rob actually is one of our competitors who also plays Guitar Hero, and he can play on Expert, although he still finds the orange button a little bit tricky.
It's interesting. You think about Model Mania, or I guess to this extent, right? It's like any modeling competition. How much of a factor that is, right? It's like you shaky hands, shaky fingers, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I get nervous every time I go into that booth for Model Mania. Those of you that don't know what Model Mania is a competition that occurs every year at the World Conference, and you have the chance to go into a booth, you get a print, and you got to turn that print into a model, and then they give you a phase 2 or a revision 2. So they give you... you don't know what that revision 2 is going to be. It's like a real-world modeling environment where the customer comes back to you and says, hey, you think you can move this over here? And you're like, oh, if you would have told me that in the beginning, I would have been ready for it. That's like the constant thing that I think at Model Mania. And there's one man who pretty much makes the same model or the model every year. And so you almost, like me, I really wanted to win, before I was ineligible, and so I was like cramming, like trying to learn how to win that competition. And you start learning the man, like, oh, I'll bet I know what he's gonna do here, and then you start getting in your own head, and you're like, normally I would just do this, but I know that Mark is gonna probably throw a move face at me, so I'm gonna make sure that I have that move face. And then you end up going like such the long way around.
When he'll do so he always does too a really good job of when he explains kind of the make how he made the model, or maybe definitely one of the quicker ways to make the model. Kind of go over it, when the winner is announced. It's interesting because you're right. I feel like move face is a very sort of resurfacing feature in a lot of these, which is really, really cool.
So Rob, I see you put in the answer, but that is not the correct answer. If you look at the print, you'll see it's not the correct answer.
I like the use of surface cut though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those features I remember whenever you see somebody doing like this like crazy huge cut of something, this huge box, a huge circle. It's like there's other ways.
Yeah. Nick Sova says, Toby, do you ever get stuck making a model? Yeah, I mean, there's always features that are like more challenging, but usually you use surfacing tools. I mean, if you learn surfacing tools, then the answer is almost never no. As weird as that sounds, or as like arrogant as that may sound, that's what surfacing is all about. It's like decimation of the challenge. You're taking the challenge and you're breaking it up into a bunch of smaller challenges, and then then it's no problem. Like you hack and slash your way through it. So, but there's definitely been spots like that, or like you hack and slash something together. Like there's been plenty of times where I've done hack and slash so I can get a 3D print to work, and then I find out that the 3D print is too small or too big, and then it's a nightmare to go and make that subtle change. You're moving the model like 1 millimeter, and it's just a total nightmare. So yeah, I mean, usually you just do it because you have to do it. You just have to get through it. There's certainly some stuff that you can't do. At least you can't do like some of the continuity. Most of my career I've been doing more mechanical, so it's more like, is this thing going to work? Is it going to break? That type of thing. But certainly when you get into the field of face continuity and curvature continuity, you really start to potentially run into some problems with this solution, with the SolidWorks solution. I mean, you can still get around them. There's always ways to get around them. Like there's been lots of times actually where I've used freeform to maintain the continuity that's required. But there's like sub-D modeling tools that are going to help you get around some of those challenges a lot faster. But fortunately, I guess you could say fortunately, I didn't really come up in that field. I came up more in like the mechanical field, where it was all just this part needs to be this size and needs to have this clearance and needs to not break. I know I'm kind of rambling on here. I'm so interested in seeing how this challenge turns out.
Yeah, I'm just kind of.
Rob is like taking such an exotic approach here.
I know. That's it. I want to talk about it so bad.
Yeah, please do. I'm rambling on. Interrupt me anytime. These guys are the stars. I am not the star here.
No, it's all good. I mean, especially for me, obviously. I think I know you pretty well. But
you know me.
It's funny. Yeah, I know you very well. But it's interesting. Some of what I wonder is like if these guys are like, I'll just say this, like hearing, like, is it possible that you might hear some of what we're saying as far as some of the things we're talking about, and then incorporating that into your modeling approach real time?
I hope so. I mean, I hope that they do.
I think that might be happening mid competition.
Yeah.
Or maybe maybe I'm projecting, but I think it's possible. I'll say that. I think you guys in the chat probably know what I'm talking about. Let's see. We are. This is a close one.
Very close.
Anyone could win this one. This is interesting.
This is like such an. Yeah.
Sky Captain, LOL, I'm done.
Sky Captain says, I'm out.
I'm out.
Sky Captain actually does some pretty cool cosplay stuff. He sent me some of the stuff that he's done. It's pretty cool. He made like the alien robot.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that as well. It's funny, we were talking about some surfacing stuff. I thought it was cool that Modelchi saying he's he prefers surface modeling to solid modeling.
Yeah,
I thought was really interesting when I saw that he said that. It's definitely cool. Like it's definitely cool. But I don't know if I've ever heard someone say exactly that. That's a pretty interesting take.
Well, Rob has the answer. Rob, you got it. 3.81.
Wow.
Congratulations. That first one was just slightly out of spec, and I didn't want to give it away because you were so close. Man, great job. Yeah, that was crazy.
What a battle.
Yeah, what a battle. That was crazy, some of the stuff you were doing there with the delete faces and stuff like that. That was definitely an interesting approach.
I think Rob used like the entire direct editing tab. I think you were just giving us all a tutorial.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, they used every single face command. That was so crazy.
Good job, Corey.
Yeah,
I mean,
GG to Corey for sure. Very nice job, Corey. Thanks for showing us all a little bit of fusion. That was definitely wasn't expecting to see that. That was awesome. So congratulations, Virtual Flat CAD, Rob. Very nicely done. Let me just update the win. It doesn't matter. The wins don't matter. I'm gonna just update it over to this. All right, cool guys. So that does take us through into the semifinals. So it looks like up next is going to be Smitty and Brian M. But I think I'm going to just take a 5-minute break here just because I want to go and use the restroom and everything, refresh. So if Smitty could please get ready, if Brian M could please get ready, we're going to show your screens in just a minute. But for now, let me jump over to this. We got the semifinals timer going up here. Let me throw the timer up here, and we'll get started again in about 5 minutes. Talk to everybody in a few. Sean, you want to say anything before we go?
Nah, I'm just looking forward to this. You guys have been crazy, crazy good at just kind of modeling under pressure, and I just can't wait to see more of it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, awesome job. Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you so much, Corey. Great job. Everybody give Corey a GG. This is Corey says this was about 6 times the pressure of Monday Night Modeling. I think we all kind of wish we could have seen the end of that first match. That's for sure. But don't worry, we're going to do this again, and everybody's going to have a chance to get in here on the next one. All right, so let me show up this timer here, and I'll talk to you guys in about 5 minutes.
Guys.
And Sean, your mic is still live, so just don't say anything bad. All right, guys, we're just about to get started again. Sean, you still there?
And unmute.
Okay, good.
I'm here.
So, man, we're going into the semifinals.
Yeah.
Crazy times, huh?
Yeah, I just did a quick location check in the chat. Again, just very cool to see where everyone's from.
I see you're from Philly.
Yeah, big surprise to you.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Montreal, so super cool to see somebody from Montreal.
That's in Canada.
Awesome. Man, you learn something new every time we go to a Too Tall Toby live.
I'm just trying to help you out there. Well, I got to talk to Mrs. Tall Toby during the break, and she said that you and I have great chemistry together.
Oh, nice. Did you send our regards for the handsome prize?
Yeah, I sure did. I sure did.
It's good to hear.
Okay. Well, we are now in semifinal territory, Sean.
Yeah. Man.
I am excited to see what happens next here. We can see where we stand right now. If you're just joining in, you can see here that Smitty won the first round, that Brian M won the second round. Even against all that chat that he was getting so much. He was getting so much trolling in the chat, but Brian M just persevered. Ivan L won the round 1C against Moldolci, and Virtual Flat CAD got in there and won round 1D. So that takes us into our semifinals now with Smitty versus Brian M. And I am really excited to see this matchup. As you guys know, tonight's rules is the first person who inputs the correct answer in the YouTube chat wins, and you're allowed to get 2 guesses. So if you are playing along with from home or from Las Vegas, like Mike Puckett, what's up, Cam Smith? Great to see you in here as well. Wherever you're playing from, just do me a favor, don't input your answer in the chat. And you can always play along with us anytime, but just understand this is meant to be good fun and good spirited, and I will probably screw something up at some point. So, if you're good with that, then you are in the right place. All right, here we go. This is the first time our competitors are seeing this setup, and so I'm going to ask them to take a look at it now. Here we go. I'm going to flip over. This is one that I made from my brain. So I'm excited to see it. This is one of my favorite ones. I'm very excited to see how the competitors do under the pressure of this one. This is coming straight out of my brain and straight to you guys. I call this one Spearhead. Let's do it. Here we go. Switch this over to full screen so everybody has a chance to grab a screen capture of that. And Tiago is here as well. Tiago is Brazilian. Yes, Tiago. We have people from all over the world.
Yeah. What's up, Tiago?
Yeah. Welcome. Even some of our competitors are from South America. Big shout out to Johnny Gio, who was our alternate tonight. Didn't get to compete, but he was here helping out the entire team, making sure that, if anything went awry, he'd be able to step in. So huge thank you to Johnny Gio. Very much appreciate it. All right, our competitors are letting me know that they have had a chance to look at this print. You'll notice here on the right of this print, the final part is all those bodies merged. I hope that this print makes sense. Sometimes you get prints from customers. They say, hey, could you build up this prototype for me? And they really don't give you much more than this. All right, both our competitors are ready. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1, go. And I gotta say, Sean, I love flipping over to that multicast screen and just seeing you sitting there smiling.
Oh yeah.
You're all smiles tonight, man.
I'm just. I think I might have to take off tomorrow because my face is gonna be stuff like that.
Let me get the up next people in here. This is the model that we're trying to create. This is a tetrahedron, like we use in simulation. All edges are 100 millimeters and all angles are 60 degrees. So this one, I'm very interested to see how our competitors come up with this. What do they come up with?
I gotta say, this one I'm so interested to see. I would love to know sort of the difference between, what Modeler A is be able to do in terms of time versus Modeler B.
Yeah.
This seems like there's probably such a crazy disparity.
There's so many different ways. Yeah. Let's see what they come up with. Looks like They're both. We just sat there and had that whole diatribe about how there's so many different ways, and yet looks like they're both doing the exact same thing. Are we just sharing the same screen here?
Yeah, we're just looking at the same screen. Cool. While we sort of bask in the similarities, I do find it interesting, again, kind of being a nerd about SolidWorks layouts. So we have the on the command manager Brian's screen, the fastening feature tab. Not sure I've seen that one in a very long time.
That's pretty clutch, man. That's like
clutch.
is that the command you go into if you're doing like tab and edge and tab in sheet metal? Fastening feature. Insert fastening features. Yeah, that's the sheet metal tab, right? Am I wrong?
I think you
tab and slot.
I think you're right. I'm not entirely sure. I thought you said fascinating feature. Like
fascinating feature. That's pretty good too.
That would be good. That'd be a great tab, like a great custom tab. So we look at these.
This is one where I think our competitors need to just breathe a little bit. Think about it. Just think about it.
It's like the whole challenge. Yeah, that is. I feel like that is a very interesting part of this challenge, where it's like you feel like because I mean, it seems. I mean, maybe I'm just being pompous, but it seems like it looks really easy.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like you're just trying because you're thinking like, all right, I have to beat the next guy, the next girl, whatever, and you're probably just going super quick, because you're like, we're both gonna be done in 3 minutes, and I got to be done in a second faster.
Man, look at Tom Smith getting into. Yeah. Wow, both these guys are doing. Wow, this is so interesting.
This is interesting.
Tom Smith.
I'm not sure I expected this.
Yeah, definitely not what I expected.
It's funny though, you think about 3D CAD and why it's so interesting and why like you can do it like Tom for like 23 years and like still be so interested in it, because there's just so much room for like just different perspectives, different.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And like you think like your mind just has to see a shape, and then like you just kind of have to use your brain to kind of just figure it out, like just almost instinctively. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
This shape is definitely kind of a testament to that whole thing.
Yeah, and it's this one. It definitely was a brain teaser for me. I'm like, oh, how would I actually? It's. Remember I told you I got these Dungeons and Dragons dice, and so of course one of them is the perfect tetrahedron, and so I was like, how would I actually model that? A little bit of a brain teaser. This is these guys really, I mean, they're neck and neck here. This could go either way.
Yeah. Wow. I think this is definitely one too where I think when when these guys would see like what each other did, they'd be very surprised at each other. Yeah. Both ways. Okay. This is close.
So Brian M has an answer in the chat. That answer is incorrect. I don't think your tetrahedrons are tetrahedrons. And I'm seeing Tom Smith has an answer in the chat. 1060 is the correct answer. I think Tom did 1059. I always have my little cheat sheets here with me, so I know what the correct answer is. So 1060 is the correct answer, or 1059. And Maximilian, I love the enthusiasm, but if you don't mind, don't type in the answer in the chat, please. We're gonna try to make sure we don't have any spoilers for the competitors. I do like that. Like that's like our community is so classy that that's all we really have to worry about. We don't have to worry about anything like other communities might worry. I mean, maybe I'm opening Pandora's box. Hopefully not.
Right now, no need for a mod.
Yeah.
But you may be
No need to prove it.
You may be inviting it.
Yeah, sorry. Good, nice job, Brian M. Everybody give Brian M a GG. He's still in it.
Guys.
That's only one of our matches here. So, whoops, I have the wins wrong again. I need to figure out a better solution for these wins. It's too easy for me to misclick there. Okay, and then we got some people showing their support to Brian as well, like Ivan getting in there and showing Brian's support. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, everybody's getting in here saying things that I probably don't want to even be reading. All right, cool, guys. So very nicely done to both our competitors. Let's move on and take a look at the next matchup between our two amazing competitors. So just as a reminder, this is what our tournament looks like right now. Coming up next, we got Ivan and we got Virtual Flat CAD, but we're still in the midst of the semifinal match between Smitty and Brian M. And of course, if you guys ever want to join us for Model Monday Live, if you're joining here like Maximilian, I saw you were able to get in there and quickly get that answer. If you ever want to join us for Model Monday Live, check us out at 9 p.m. East Coast. With that, let's take a look at the next print, and our competitors have not seen this print yet. So good luck to Brian M. Good luck to Smitty. Here we go. This one is called Mount Bracket. And Sean, this is probably my favorite model in the whole thing. And Virtual Flat CAD, wow. When I was doing this one, I was thinking about you actually. So this one, Rob, I hope that you'll give this one a try as well. Here we go. Hold on a second. GG. All right, here we go. Mount Bracket. Here you go, guys. Let me make this full screen so you guys can grab a screen capture of it. If you want to play along with from home, that's awesome. Just do me a favor, and when you're playing along with from home, just don't put the answer in the chat, or at least wait until the competitors are done. You could just say, I got it, or something like that. Doug says, I only use surfaces, not sure how to do it without surfaces. Doug, if you tune in to Model Monday Live next Monday, I will show you how to do that one without surfaces. And it will blow your mind, for sure. Actually, probably not for you, Doug. I think you probably already know it. All right, our competitors are letting me know that they are ready. Here we go. They've had a chance to look at this. This is the first time they've seen this print. Sean, how long do you think it would take you to do something like this? It's a pretty cool model, right?
It is a cool model.
Now, when you look at this, I just want to say I did not do this with sheet metal, but I don't care if you do or not. I'm only interested in the geometry. I'm only interested in the mass. So you can use whatever technique you want. But we didn't say that sheet metal was going to be used in this competition. So this print that you're looking at here, I did not use sheet metal. So, hold on one second, everybody. Okay. With that, I think both competitors are ready to go. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. And there's Sean's smiling face again. What's up, Sean?
Love how that's such a face of encouragement.
I love it, man. You're just
I'm
like, let's do it.
So glad I smiled at that moment. And I'm so glad I just continue to smile, even when I'm talking.
Now, Smitty, aside from being a SolidWorks champion, he's also a pretty avid and successful drone pilot, drone racer. He does drone race, not photography, but drone racing, where they're actually like flipping around and going through the gates. It's pretty cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, it's interesting. So Tom and I are both, definitely, part of the SolidWorks champions community, and Tom was actually kind of in one of our little discussion spaces talking all about that today. Which I'd known that for a while, just from knowing Tom just over the years, but yeah, it's pretty sweet hobby if that's what you're into. It's funny, you can, if you tell someone like I'm into crocheting or something, it's like, well, okay, I don't really want to hear that, but you tell someone you're in the drone racing, piloting, drone racing, it's like, you're definitely seem pretty cool with that point.
I mean, crocheting's okay too. Shout out to crocheting.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
shout out to crocheting people.
Any hobby you have, I support it. That you have.
That's very open of you. I like Brian M's approach on this one. Man, he's cutting right through this thing.
Yeah.
Both of our competitors started with that kind of thin wally part, but Brian took a very different approach from Tom, and I'm liking both of them.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, It's funny to see.
Oh, he's using a little equations in the. That was pretty clutch. You see that? He used equations there in the dimension box.
I did see that.
I like that.
Every time I see the parts not saved, I just think of what Mike Puckett said during the one live stream. Save the part now.
Oh, Chad Fair is in the chat supporting his good friend Smitty. What's up, Chad? Welcome.
There we go. Is that Chad Fair's music?
Yeah, that's the Chad Fair entry music. Yes. That's gonna be next time around. We're gonna have entry music for all the competitors.
Oh man, that'd be peak modeling competition. That'd be awesome.
What'd you call it?
Peak.
Wow, I love it. Peaking.
Yeah. Hashtag peak.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's see.
Oh man, this is one of these spots where Tom, like, it looks like Tom's maybe got a few extra features to go, but he's actually right there. Like, they're both right there together. This is going to be a really close one. It's probably going to come down to who makes a mistake.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm like captivated right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Let's see. Oh man. That window comes up.
Yep.
It always throws people for a loop.
Man, this is very close.
Let's see.
What are you thinking? I can't even talk. I'm so like.
No, I know. That's really. It's funny if somebody were to tune in at this very moment, they'd be like, "These guys suck." Like as commentators, like, but
they're not even saying anything.
Yeah, good job, guys. You don't even say anything. But like, I don't care. I mean, as far as this goes, these guys are like, it's so neck and neck that like I don't like my brain can't even do anything.
So I see that Brian M did answer. Is not the correct answer, Brian. If you look at the, I'm gonna let you proceed here. Brian M re-answers. His second answer is correct. 417 grams, right on. Nice job,
Good
Brian
job.
M. Very, very nice job. Everybody
Awesome.
give GG to Brian M. Everybody give GG to Tom Smith. We're going to the final round, the third and final matchup on this one. Man, wowzers. Alrighty, man. GG, both you guys. That was awesome.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Whew. That was one of my favorite models. And Rob, if you're out there, I hope you like that one. That one, I was thinking about you. Alrighty, guys. Very nicely done. Both of our competitors, just awesome. This doesn't have the right overlay.
Yes.
That's all right.
Great.
This should say Smitty and Brian M. Just a reminder, guys, if you ever want to watch, come on over on Monday nights. Got these I put in these little spacers here in case I needed to update something on the, like right now I'll update the model so that when we come back, it'll have the correct model down in the corner. Little behind the scenes magic there. All right, you guys, here we go. This is the first time our competitors are seeing this print. This print, I am taking inspiration from this orange coffee bin. I'll put it back here. Probably won't be able to see it on the camera. I'll just hold it. Here we go. There's your print, guys. I'm going to transition this to full screen so you guys can see it. It's a little curvy body here. You can see I'm looking for the weight of this thing in X.X. Sky Captain coming in before anybody and just smacking the answer right on. Just from looking at it, he can just get it. Wow.
Calling you a coffee fiend.
Man. This is the tiebreaker. Jay says this is the tiebreaker. I completely agree, Jay. This is the Chad Fair music right here.
There we go. I gotta say, I love seeing so many Pennsylvania Sour Caesars.
Yeah.
I love all Sour Caesars, but it warms my heart. There's so many of us.
Yeah. All right, you guys, here we go. I think both of our competitors are ready. They're both giving me the sign. Good luck to both our competitors. I hope you had a chance to look at that. We're going to get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's fix that model box a little bit. This one's just a little too big. So you drink coffee at all, Sean?
Yeah, I do. I am a huge coffee fan. Though I imagine a lot of us are. Is anyone? This is kind of a cool question for the chat. Does anyone not drink coffee? And if so, do you drink tea or do you just drink water? I'm always fascinated with people that can just drink water sort of in the morning or just some other drink. Corey Thunes, I hate coffee. There we go.
There we go.
Immediate visceral reaction. I'm like, I hate coffee. I hate it. Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it's definitely. Wow, struck a nerve with Corey. Ivan.
Yeah, wow, he's really going for it.
Yeah, Corey.
My goodness.
Ivan coffee loves it.
Yep. I think it means he loves it. Or maybe it means he hates it. I don't know.
Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah.
Coffee? What?
How dare you?
The devil's drink.
Okay.
Man, water is a bomb. I guess we it doesn't seem there's. I didn't think I thought I'd get more support.
Yeah, no. People hate coffee apparently.
Yeah, but I guess so.
Wow, Matthew says he definitely won't. He just water only. Wow. Water in the morning and then iced tea in the afternoon, says Mike. Wow.
Damn.
Such a variety of answers here.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, wow. I didn't think I'd get to such a crazy mix of answers.
Yeah, this is and such a variety too. Ivan says I love it. Good beans, Johnny Cash. There you go.
Man.
I don't drink it, but I drink no sugar, no cream iced coffee. There you go.
Virtual Flat Cat, sometimes I'll just drink pure adrenaline.
Pure adrenaline.
Is that when you're doing when you do CAD model today? Is that the drink of choice?
That's how it gets it. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen CAD model today, be sure to check it out.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Just definition of prolific.
Yeah. In Seattle you have to, yeah. Guys, that was while we were just having that short talk about coffee, Tom Smith just said, I'm done with this competition. I just smacked it. 6.8 pounds is correct, Tom Smith. Wow. Nicely done. Could have done it with a sweep. Could have done it with a loft. He decided to do it with a loft. That is the correct answer. Very nicely done. GG to Brian M. Brian, I loved having you in the competition. You were awesome. You have the hands down the best icon of anyone. In fact, I'm going to make that icon huge here just so that everyone can see it.
Good job, Brian.
Yeah, very nicely done, Brian. Congratulations. And GG to Tom Smith as well, who's going to move on to the finals. Hold on, I'm just updating the chart here. If Sean, if you don't mind just talking to everybody for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Brian, damn it. Great. One of the better uses of sketch text that I've seen. Pretty interesting.
Yes.
I gotta say, Toby, it as we're kind of doing this little interlude here, it'd be really interesting if there was some Too Tall Toby swag where it was like some mix of mass properties and the mic drop.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely need to do that.
There's something to that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely.
You keep the mass properties up. Like I love the confidence. I think it's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah, I think that's you got it there for sure. All right, well, guys, that is our first semifinal matchup. That one was between Smitty and Brian M. And Brian M., I know you didn't win, but I wanted to just make sure everybody had a chance to see your icon. So you can see here that on the YouTube stream, I am highlighting the brilliance of your icon. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So awesome. I love it, man. I love it. All right, so on deck, we got Virtual Flat CAD. We got Ivan L. So if you guys could please get your computers ready and I will get the overlays ready. Man, this is going to be quite the matchup. Virtual Flat CAD creates a new model every single day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But Ivan L doesn't use a toolbar.
Yeah, and Ivan L has some interesting add-ins.
It's like a unstoppable force versus an immovable object, right?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Stand by one. I think we're about ready to go here, guys. Count. I think our competitors are ready. Let me just make sure I got the appropriate people's screens here. Okay, good, and good. All right, cool. All right, this is going to be the first time our competitors are going to see this model. This next model is called Lift Strut. There is a pretty tight tolerance on this model, and that's because it's important to me that you guys capture the sidewall on this model appropriately. So I tried to call it out as best I could for you. You're going to have to figure out how to make it. Here's the print. Let me make this full screen. This is the first time these guys are seeing this. If you want to play along with at home, feel free to do a screen capture. You can use a snipping tool, something like that, so that you can draw this up yourself. Just remember, if you don't mind, please hold your answer. Don't put your answer in the chat. We don't want to ruin it for the competitors. But you can certainly get in there and talk trash, and you can say, I already got it. Or like Sky Captain, you could just look at it and just right away, boom, 900 pounds, done.
900 pounds of coffee.
Done. That's all I need is my 900-pound coffee. All right, so good luck to Rob. We got Drew saying, good luck, Rob. What's up, Drew? Welcome to the party. All right, both of our competitors are letting me know that they are ready. All right, they are both ready. You ready for this, Sean?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Lift strut in 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Just gonna take a quick monitor here.
All right,
Your audio sounds terrific, Sean.
Oh wow, thank you.
I just monitored it, and I heard you say that you were ready. All right,
once again, I appreciate the fact that you guys mentioned in the chat earlier having a little bit of audio issues, but gladly it's behind me. All my troubles are over.
all your troubles are behind you, my friend. Man, what?
So we got. I gotta say, I guess as we progress, I didn't want to have this left unsaid, but Ivan the Reasonables. So we designed several large public art sculptures across Canada.
That's pretty cool.
With the use of SolidWorks, which is really cool.
That is really cool, yeah. Have you seen any of his work?
No, not yet. I'd love to. I mean, it's kind of cool though. It's like you learn these things kind of as you ask, like, hey, what were some fun facts, unique facts about you? And it's like, the modeling competition is one thing, but it's like, wow. So if you never had this modeling competition, you wouldn't know these things.
It's true.
Which I think is really neat to recognize.
Sean, you always have the best insights on things.
Thanks, man. But no, it's definitely definitely true.
This contest is pretty interesting in that they both modeled this completely differently. One of them did extrudes, one of them did a revolve, and yet here they are at pretty much the exact same spot. Like they probably have identical mass right now.
Yeah, it literally looks the same.
This is where things are going to get a little interesting. The sidewall of that part, which let me just make the part a little bigger so you can see it without. I'm going to try something a little new here.
On the fly.
On the fly. So you're going to see here, I'm going to pop up the sidewall of the part. It's going to go over Rob's screen a little bit. Sorry, Rob. Shout out to Rob. But you can see that side, that's what I'm calling out. It's very important to me that they take that into account, at some point. I'm not saying you have to do it now, but just at some point. I hope that they will take that into account. I want this to be nice and smooth. I know you can't see where I'm clicking, but I want it to be nice and smooth there. And I've called that out in the print as well. They'll see it in the print. But that's why I have my tolerance dialed up on this one. This is a really darn close match.
This is really close. I was thinking, Toby, if you did have Mark Schneider on here at some point,
how awesome would that be?
It'd be insane.
That's a big name. May as well try to get Elon on here.
Elon versus Mark Schneider.
Oh, wow.
Model Monday.
For heads up for rolls. If if Elon wins, then he gets to start hosting Model Mania. If Mark wins, he gets SpaceX.
Well, we know who's the loser in that scenario.
Wow. No comment. Oh, it looks like Rob may be hitting a little stumbling point here. See what happens. We gotta change these wins too. We gotta zero out these wins.
And
That last one went to the tiebreaker, huh?
this is interesting.
Yeah. This is very, very interesting.
It's funny, like you said, right? It's like you can start off like very, very similarly, if not exactly the same, right? In terms of just like getting shape, and then you guys, you can go very different directions.
Yeah, they were like neck and neck, exactly the same features there.
Like you really did feel like at some point you were looking at the same screen. Like if you just looked at just shape, it was the same.
Yep. I see you in the chat here. Varan is in the chat. What's up, Varan? Great to see you. I see Steve is in the chat as well. What's up, Steve? Am I late? No, you're fine, Steve. You're golden. You're golden. We're just getting started. And I see that Ivan the Reasonable has typed in the correct answer and has won this match. 0.320 is exactly correct. Exactly the right answer. Oof. Nicely done. Usually on Mondays I hold these up. I show you guys, but that's all right. It's too small for tonight. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. GG to Rob as well. If you guys could all give Rob a GG.
Guys.
Ivan, amazing, awesome, nice, Rob. Very meta.
Awesome.
All right. Very nicely done. Let me update the wins here real quick. That one's going to go to Ivan.
I see in the chat, it's morning in India.
Oh, good morning. Varan coming in from India. Awesome.
Man.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll update that in a second. All right, next round. I'll update that while you guys are doing the next round. All right, here we go, guys. So, again, this is one that our competitors have not yet seen. Very nicely done. Very fast, Ivan. Rob, I think you got your work cut out for you here on this next one. All right, guys, this is a little bit different. This one's a little bit different. So, here we go. This one's called Weights. And for the first time tonight, I'm looking for the combined mass of these three parts. Let me switch this one over to full screen so you have a chance to see this. Looking for the combined mass of these three parts.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man, this is... Now we're getting crazy.
Yeah. Sky Captain, what do you think it is?
100.
You can just look at it. He's like, that looks like about 197 pounds.
What a gift to have if you could do that.
Yeah. You can just look at it, look at the mass properties, figure it out. Okay, and let's see here. Our competitors are grabbing this screen capture. No units. Nice. He's also not specifying which planet he's on. So he's like, well, gravity, you know. All right, here we go, guys. Our competitors are ready. Let's take a look. Let's see how they do it. Sorry, guys. Give me one more second. Change something real quick here. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, look at them jumping right into it. Man. Rob is just like, let's do it. Hungry. Oh, I got the wrong next up here. I meant that to be. Tom. Okay, let me do it. I really want to watch these guys, but I want to make sure that the PowerPoint's right too. Who cares about the PowerPoint, right?
It's the PowerPoint is a very it's a centering file. You know, it definitely gets trashed a lot, but you gotta make sure it's correct.
So wise.
I'll advocate for the PowerPoint.
All right.
You know, any day of the week.
All right. Thank you. Shout out to the PowerPoint.
Shout out to the PowerPoint in the chat. once, I mean, this, man, the approaches could just insane. Toby, I'm wondering if you're actually looking at these screens. I guess you're doing the PowerPoint
I'm
thing
back.
right now.
I'm back. I'm looking. Yeah.
It's
Solid Y says 6,000 kilos. Shout out to the metric system.
shout out the metric system in chat. Let's see.
Yeah, we're in semifinals here, so I'm trying to open up the throttle a little bit. Let these guys really work.
Ivan, by the way, a Canadian hockey player.
Oh, dang.
Interesting stats. Ivan has a lot of interesting stuff on here. It's funny. Like I'm almost nervous that we won't get to all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Says my wife is trying to convince me to raise goats. Love to hear that. Maybe that has to be a Too Tall Toby interview.
Yeah,
that would be great. I'd love to hear the backstory.
Yeah. Maybe we have an interview series each week with a different competitor.
Yeah, that would be really cool. But yeah, imagine trying to tell that backstory while modeling one of these. Like that would actually be kind of a funny challenge. If you could do that, I'd be impressed.
Wait, what did you say?
Like if you could actually tell the backstory of something like that, where it's like it seems so abstract, and you could model one of these pretty efficiently while doing it. Like that would be pretty awesome.
I can't even watch these guys modeling and hear you talking about it.
But it's funny because it's probably true. Interesting. So we're seeing close.
Interesting. Rob says 4. No, 3.
It's like what we all do when we go on that tool. It's
yeah.
Like, does the first instance count? Does it not?
Yeah.
We're doing it right.
I'm very interested to see for both these guys how they come up with this answer. This is where like there's definitely a point in the decision tree here. Mm-hmm. What do I do? Sometimes you get like a little paralysis by analysis, right? You spend so much time thinking which way is going to be faster. Mm-hmm. What's up, Daniel from Colombia? Welcome.
Wow.
And Juan is here from Mexico? No. Man, we're getting all kinds of people in here. Welcome, Nicholas. Steven says, when's the next competition? I want to join. Yeah, I don't have it on the calendar yet, Steven. It'll probably be end of the year, like Q4 end of the year. Maybe like the 25th of December. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure, though.
Steve Fye's asking to play his music. He's trying to run to the ring.
Oh,
He's
nice. Yeah, he wants that walk-in music.
He wants the walk-in music now.
We got Mandy Shaner in the chat. What's up, Mandy? Thanks for tuning in. The entire old school crew is here. It's amazing. Today's models of the tournament. I'll probably do them as like Gile, as like a like a weekly thing. For you, I could probably work something out. I don't think I'm gonna release them to the public, but you hit me up afterwards. We'll figure something out.
See Ivan in the chat.
HL Goodcat saying, take it to 11 like the volume knob. And Ivan the Reasonable in the chat has gotten the correct answer. It is 31 pounds.
Nice.
Yes, the first one was, plate 1 was 5 pounds, plate 2 was 10 pounds, and plate 3 was 16 pounds. So very nice job. Very, very nice job. And everyone please give a GG to Rob Virtual Flat CAD. And if you guys aren't familiar with Rob's work, be sure to check him out. He puts up a new model every day, and they are amazing models. And yeah, Rob, that was definitely a pretty tough battle for sure. Man, that was that was definitely one of the most interesting ones to watch. You guys were just crushing it.
Good job, Rob.
Yeah, very nice job, Rob. So I think that's going to take us to the finals. Let me jump back over here to our main screen. Yeah, GG, both you guys. Very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. So that's going to bring us to our grand championship. And this championship is going to take place between Smitty and Ivan the Reasonable. So just like before, we're going to take a short break. Make sure that all systems are go for this next round. If Smitty and Ivan could make sure that they're ready to start sharing their screens, that would be awesome. And everybody else, we're just going to take about 5 minutes, and then we're going to get into the finals. So congratulations to everybody so far, and we will see you guys in 5 minutes. All right, guys, we got about 30 seconds left. And then we're going to get going. I ate a little bit of food during the break, and so I probably have stuff in my teeth.
It's a great reason to not get one of the highest of the high end webcams. It's like just keep it just good enough to be presentable for live stream, not too much to catch the.
I like that. That's a great strategy.
That's what everyone says in the reviews on BestBuy.com.
Really good camera, but unfortunately ended up getting a little bit too high definition. Ended up showing off all my teeth food. This camera was so good that it showed my teeth food. I didn't like that. They should have advertised it that way.
Hashtag teeth food.
Yeah. Hashtag teeth food. Smitty versus Ivan. Michael Lord says, fortunate to know both of these great guys. That's really nice to say, Michael. Thank you. Sean says we need to have a meetup at the next World Conference, and Doug seconds that. Hey, man, I'm down for whatever. I meet up with all you guys every time. Remember when we met up on the bus and we talked about Model Mania? Greatest SolidWorks World semi-memory ever.
Oh, man. It was the walk. So it was two of us, Tom and Doug.
Oh, yeah, that in Phoenix?
That one was legendary.
Yeah, that was, yes, legendary is a good word. All right, guys, this is it. Best of three. Best of three matches. Not the first person to win two, because there could be a tie. But best of three matches. And I think we are pretty much ready to go. Virtual Flat CAD says, I lost my ability to read numbers. That is definitely going to make it difficult to do CAD work. Rob, you might want to get that looked at. Sean, we are at our finals, but I just wanted to say real quick here that I did have a prediction. Before we got started, please. I made this slide. And my prediction was Sky Captain versus Virtual Flat CAD.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was not correct.
Wow.
But that was my prediction slide. Here's our actual slide here. Congratulations to everyone who participated. This was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that you guys all were able to participate in this. I think this was just like awesome. Thank you so much to everyone who played. Thank you so much to everyone who watched. Thank you so much for all the amazing chat. And I should probably be doing this on webcam, right? Thank you so much to everyone. All right. Let's go back to PowerPoint. All right, so thank you guys so much. It's awesome, and let's get into it now. Thank you so much to all the competitors. Thank you to Johnny Gio for helping out in a pinch there, being the alternate. Let's do it. Enough talking. Bad prediction. Yep, I was way off there. Sorry, Tom, if that hurt. All right, you guys, here we go. This one, I took my inspiration for this one when I was helping out Mrs. TooTallToby with installing a new sink. And so I came upon this sink weight. So here we go, guys. I'm going to show you the print. This is the first time our competitors are seeing this print. These are two of the best of the best. I'm going to transition this to full screen. I do want to call your attention, both of you, to the fact that the center line is not touching the part. It's off by a little bit. So you'll notice that in section view AA, and you'll notice it in section view BB. And if you don't adhere to that, you won't hit the tolerance on this thing. So that's your only hint on this one. It looks like it would be pretty straightforward, I know, but as always, a lot of times when you actually get in there and you start modeling, you find out it's not actually that straightforward. So our competitors are letting me know that they are ready to go. And once they do, we are going to switch this over. All right, our competitors are both ready to go. And guys, I hope you are all ready for an amazing matchup because this is going to be awesome. I'm so psyched about this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh man. Smitty versus Ivan the Reasonable in the finals. This is awesome.
Off to the races.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm really not sure what more we could ask for here. I'm going to try and move, I think it's just Smitty's screen over a little. Okay, I don't think that affected the stream at all. I just want to be able to see both our competitors a little bit. Okay, so they're both looking at it. Looks like Ivan's coming up with a game plan. Smitty's diving in. Let's see how they approach this one. This is another one of these spots where it's like I was measuring the physical part, and then I was like, wait a second, that's not centered. There needs to be a little gap there because these two need to go together, and there's an extra piece in between them. How the heck would you do that? How would you model it so that there's a little gap and these two round parts can go together and account for that gasket?
I feel like I'm watching like two boxers just sort of jab for a few rounds, trying to figure out what they want to do.
Yeah, agree. And then it's off to the races.
It's like, all right, punch.
As soon as you say that.
Yeah, off to the races.
Here we go.
Off to the races.
Yeah. Nick Silva says all in for Smitty. I don't know who's taking bets, but whoever they are, he wants to book it. And Nick says, no, Rob lost. Yeah, unfortunately.
DraftKings.
Yeah.
TooTallToby.
Yeah, if you guys go DraftKings, TooTallToby, and you want to bet on this, I have an affiliate link. Make sure you go to the educational esports section, not.
You know what's funny though? It's like
not regular esport.
We're so deprived of that. Like in some sense, I think it would work.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
I'm sure it would work. Ed says, thanks, Toby. Had a lot of fun. That's awesome, Ed. Thank you for tuning in from South America. Ed's actually, he's from South America and been using SolidWorks since 2010. Designs a lot of jewelry. So I think that's awesome. That's definitely a great way to keep up your chops. Those are some intricate little parts and features for sure. Juan Pablo says, I love Smitty. Cam Smith says, Smitty, go.
Cam Smith, the haymaker.
Yeah.
Let's see if one of these guys brings it.
The boxing analogies continue.
Nick says only here because no baseball.
Wow. Wow, Nick Silva, shots fired. Whatever. Hey, any port in a storm, that's what I say.
Hey, happy you're here.
Yeah, just happy you're here, exactly.
Cam says no jab, just the haymaker.
Yeah.
That's all we got time.
Go ahead.
It's the only punch you should have for the finals, just the haymaker.
Yeah, just one. Yeah, just bang, bang, bang.
Get him.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Man, this is an interesting part.
This one broke my brain a little bit. I gotta tell you.
I was looking at this thinking like this would definitely be difficult.
And I remember
this
was one of the first parts that I drew, but then I didn't look at it again until late last week and over the weekend. And so like what these guys are going through, I remember I kind of just went through the same thing where I'm like, what in the heck? Like how did I even draw this the first time, And I went through the same thing where I'm like, oh. And then what's funny is that in spots like that, a lot of times I'll go back and look at the original, and I'll be like, oh, I drew it totally differently. It's cool.
It's funny though, like this doesn't seem to be one of those parts where I think the average person will look at it and be like, 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, these guys are definitely not average. They are way above average.
Oh, of course.
Tom doesn't even need to do full screen. He just models in SolidWorks in a window. He's like, I don't even need it.
It's another flex.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see how we're gonna do this. See, like a spot like this, because the geometry is curved, it's harder to do that exploit. And that's something else I was thinking about when I was putting this stuff together. Like when it's all planar, then it's like, oh, just put the holes wherever you want. It doesn't matter. The mass is going to work out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's cool, man. thing like that kind of stuff doesn't work at Model Mania because of how you have to do the simulation on the end. But if it's just mass, if you're just looking for mass or just looking for volume, you can really open up your game and, you know, find some spots where you could save a lot of time. Man, these guys are close.
They're very close.
Holy smokes.
It's funny. It seems now, like having watched a good bit of these, that you do get to that point where it's like, you know, the beginning it seemed neck and neck. It's like, okay, maybe they take different approaches, but and a lot of these, it seemed like they always sort of inevitably get to this point, whether it's in the middle or towards the end, where it's like they get very, 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 very close to each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, okay, I have no idea where it's going.
Yeah, there's like a convergence, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when they decide to model using different techniques. Well, it looks like Ivan entered 46.4 in the chat, and that is the correct answer.
Nice.
I'm gonna let Tom finish this out here and see if he gets 46.4 as well, or if he's mad and he just burns the part to the ground. We'll see what he ends up doing. But very nicely done, Ivan. You guys give it up in the chat for Ivan. Ivan the Reasonable, very patient. He does fly fishing. He's learned how to be patient. While he's out there fly fishing, he probably thinks, oh, this is just like modeling a complicated loft. Just got to be patient. Looks like Tom is maybe still off a little bit. 46.4. Very nicely done to both of you. Hey, Tambaroora Station, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the party. All right, guys, that is round 1 of the finals. Congratulations to Ivan for winning the first match of the finals. And we are going to move on here now to the second match of the finals. Let's do this. Now, this is one that I made essentially on my own. I took a little bit of inspiration from an old 2D handprint that I had, but this is essentially one that I created on my own. I hope that you guys really enjoy this one. I think this one I felt like it was a little bit of a brain teaser. I'm building it up so much now. If you guys model this in like less than a minute, I'm going to feel very humble and very inferior.
Humble.
Chad Ferris says, wow, just wow. Yeah, I think I would have had like one of those features done in the time these guys had it all done. So that was definitely super impressive from both of our competitors.
Yeah, it's just nuts.
But let's not live in the past. Let's live in the future. All right, so this one is called, it's actually called Cable Anchor, not Candle Anchor. I don't know what that would even be, Candle Anchor. That's just me doing a typo. All right, and let's go on here to our model. This is the first time these guys are seeing this model, so let's move forward here and take a look at this print. Here you guys go. I'm going to move this over to full screen, so if you want to view this in full screen, you can. What's up, Daniel from Colombia? If you at home want to play along with, feel free to grab a screen capture. Just remember, please don't put the answer in the chat. Although I'll tell you what, how fast these guys are going, you'd be hard-pressed to get the answer before them. I'm going to give these guys about a minute to do a screen capture of this print, to think about it, and to let me know when they're ready. You guys want to take a second and think about it, think about your strategy. This part is trisymmetric. I don't know if that's an official term, but Ivan and Tom both know that I take some liberties when I'm creating my drawings.
Trisymmetric, I love it.
Trisymmetric, whatever that means. You guys know what it means. It means it's the same in 3 different directions, I guess.
It's funny when you confidently come across those terms. And I think you're totally right. Like, I think we all knew it. But it's like, you're totally right.
Yeah. It's just trisymmetric, you know.
Yeah, this one's trisymmetric.
Yeah. You guys know what it means. All right, guys. Our competitors are letting me know that they are ready. I hope that you guys in the chat are ready. This could be it, guys. This could be the final. This could be the final one. So
elimination game.
Yeah, this is potential elimination. This is potentially the final match. So our competitors are ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
All right, this is it, Sean. This is what we've been waiting for. Ivan's going in to open up a new file now. Wow, a little stumble there off the blocks for Ivan.
Baseball's not giving you this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Regardless
shout
of
out
whether
Nick
it's on or
Soma.
not.
Oh man, here we go. We can see what our competitors are doing. Good strategies from both of them.
There's something about the pressure.
Yeah,
It's so good.
It's like you don't have time to think.
No, and it's like the idea that, like, again, the elimination game idea.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Okay, this is interesting. I like this approach. I like both of these really.
Mm. It's funny how SolidWorks does like the part instancing too. Like you look at like part 20, part 24. It's like these guys have been at it.
yeah, these guys have been going. This has been going on since 7 o'clock. So, Nick Sova says I'm on the edge of the seat. Dina says, how many models do you have available? I think I made 21 models total. We didn't go through all of them. So I got a tiebreaker ready if we need it. Let's see here. How many more models are there in the finals? This is it. I mean, Ivan the Reasonable has one win, and it is best of 3. So if Ivan wins this one, then he locks it up. It's all over. But Tom is he's already got pretty far in his model. So this could be either person's game. But to answer your question, it is first person to. It's best of 3. So if you win 2, you got it. But sometimes like if there's a tie, there could be spots where there's a tiebreaker and nobody wins 2. That's fine. That happens. It's just 3 matches. Get a little too technical here, I know. Probably don't need all these details.
Yeah, Cam's saying he's about to get sick. Well, it's suspense.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oof. This is.
I have felt that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't blame you.
Shout out to a very swell idea. He's been here with us since the start of the stream, I believe.
Nice.
Our good friend Amos. Yeah. Ivan has got that FJM AND. That's probably like what his keyboard layout is, right?
I'm saying like you really do have to just have Ivan just talk about his SolidWorks layout. I mean,
that's the one you want to see. Yeah.
+1 in the chat if you'd be fascinated just to have Ivan talk about his whole SolidWorks layout, like all of it, because I'm totally in.
Now, if you notice, Sean, both of our competitors are struggling a little bit with this whole trisymmetric situation.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think either one. I think both of them have too much integrity to ever blame it on the term. But no, it's interesting. There's
Okay,
that moment.
what wizardry is Tom Smith using? My goodness, he just was like, get rid of that part. I just don't want that section there anymore, so I'll just get rid of it. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
This part where Toby and I get quiet.
Yeah, this is I'm on the edge of my seat for sure. I'm looking for my barf bag.
My barf bag. That's another great TooTallToby swag.
Yeah.
The TooTallToby barf bag.
TooTallToby branded Louis Vuitton barf bag.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would totally want one.
Yeah, I think that one would probably sell out before anything else. You imagine using it on an airplane. Excuse me, is that a branded barf bag?
Is that did you get that for the modeling competition? Like yes, how'd you know?
Yes, I did actually. Oh yeah, I
did.
saw that. I saw that on the news.
Oh man, I see. Okay. Mass props.
Tom Smith enters a mass of 300 grams. That is the correct answer. Wow. How in the heck did he do that? I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that.
Yeah.
There was a move there in the middle that Tom did where like everything was lumpy and then it just smoothed out. and I don't even know what you did there. Like some kind of instant 3D wizardry. Wow, you guys. GG to both competitors. GG Tom, GG, and GG to Chad Fair, who says finish him. And I just have to show you this real quick here, Chad. Shout out to Chad Fair because I actually had this slide queued up when I was putting together the presentation. I wasn't sure if we were going to go 2-3 rounds in the final, but I did have this ready to go for you, Chad Fair. All for you. Wow, that was awesome. That was really awesome. Congratulations, GG to both of our competitors. Let me just update this wins here and make this a 1-1 win because we are going to the absolute finals. Now, Chad, I'm going to need your help. I got 2 models here that we can do. Do you guys want me to do Model A or Model B? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to let you guys decide the fate of these competitors. Model A or Model B. Just type it into the chat, whatever you want. If you want to see Model A or Model B. I know that you don't know what either of these are, but you're just going to have to let me know in the chat.
It's too good.
All right, here we go. This is just going to add to the suspense a little bit here. All right, here we go. People are saying, come on, Tom. Chad says, thanks, Toby. Yep, I had that already pre-cooked up for you there, Chad. You and me are exactly on the same page. I think the majority of the people want Model B, so that's the model we're going to go with. Everybody's saying B, 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 B. All right, you guys. So this is the first time our competitors are seeing this. We don't even know what this final one's going to be, but we do know what it's going to be. What's up, Marcus Gray? Welcome to the party. What's up, CTSUG users group? Thank you so much for tuning in. We're at the grand finals here. Model A was a football. I'll do that one later for you guys on the stream. Model B is a fan bracket. So you guys have decided the fate of our competitors. I'm excited to see this one. Here you go, guys. Take a look at the print. Come up with a game plan. This is the first time our competitors are seeing this. Let me put this onto the screen here for you. This is our final round, guys. Final matchup. Unless you guys get it both wrong. Unless you both get it wrong, and then we'll just have to, I don't know what. Just call it a night, I guess. I'll just say see ya, and I'll end the stream.
We're done, I guess.
All right. Our competitors are looking at this print. If you guys want to play along with at home, see if you can beat the best of the best here. Feel free to grab a screen capture of this thing, but please don't put your answer in the chat. And we are at the grand finals, the absolute finals of this competition. This is the last matchup of the night. Someone will be crowned the winner of TooTallToby's 3D CAD modeling speed run tournament after this model. Both of our competitors are letting me know that they are ready. Sean, are you ready?
I hope so.
Nick Sova says if there's a tie, he will pick the winner.
The suspense.
All right, guys.
It's killing me.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. This is it. There's nothing up next.
Breathe, people.
Breathe. Man. Who is going to win this thing? Who is going to bring this down? This is
Saw some more interesting stuff on Ivan Zeski. Man, it never ends.
Yeah, he's got that thing locked. Locked up. This could go either way. Look at this. Neck and neck.
Yeah, neck and neck.
I like that use of shift to dimension those slots. Always a good little trick to remember.
Man, starting to feel like time lapse modeling. These guys are so fast.
I know. That is true. It's like watching one of those videos where somebody just makes the whole thing and then they time lapse it.
It's insane.
Yeah. Okay, it's good. These guys both are using a pretty good strategy here. As always, it's all about patience. Doug says, I don't use anything like Ivan's. I don't use Command Manager, but old school toolbars and no S key. Nick says, we should have a surfacing tourney. Hey, anytime, man. Sign me up. Corey says, these guys are at least feeling 2 times the normal pressure from normal Model Monday Live.
I wonder at this point, though, if you even feel pressure, or if you just like transcended yourself into this weird modeling stratosphere.
In the zone.
You don't even you've completely detached from yourself. Like these guys, I feel like they're going way faster than they did round 1. Like,
that's a good point.
I think they're just
zoned
3
in.
modelers. It's going to take them the rest of the week to like reassimilate into being people.
Rob says any CAD tourney is a surfacing tourney for me. Yeah, Rob. Shout out to surfacing. Completely agree.
Shout out to surfacing. I mean, you've always been a huge advocate, Toby, for just surface modeling, and it was cool even when you had I guess when anyone who didn't see it, when you had Andrew Lowe on. Andrew Lowe's like a legend.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great to talk to him, and I've seen so much of his stuff, but you see him do it again live, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, or you're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Like so many little tricky things. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it now. I could talk about it, but I'm too focused in on what's going on
No,
screen.
I know.
Man, this is like the lead has definitely shifted back and forth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, not even minute to minute. It seems like every 10 seconds.
Yeah. We're winding down on potentially the last few features from each competitor. Both competitors are really neck and neck.
All right, we're close.
We are coming down to the end. Guys, it is with great pleasure that I announce, and a little bit of sadness because I love Tom, Ivan Lowerin enters 207 grams, which is the correct answer, giving Ivan 2 wins in this final matchup and giving Ivan the overall win for the tournament. Holy smokes, that was awesome. Ivan, GG for sure. Tom, GG as well, as always. You always are in here crushing. And, man, I know you're going to go back and you're going to watch this replay and be like, how's he going so fast? It is so awesome. Man, congratulations and thanks to everyone. Sean, thank you to you for hanging out with me and doing this.
Yeah,
let's do kind of a final wrap up here. We started out with 8 amazing competitors running through this tournament, getting us, Smitty versus Ed. Smitty was able to defeat Ed. Smitty versus Brian M. Smitty was able to get through him and into the finals here. On the other half of the bracket, we had Ivan going against Moldelchi. We had Ivan going against Virtual Flat CAD. And then finally, we had Ivan and Tom going up against one another in an amazing final that went all the way to the 3rd game. Congratulations to our champion, Ivan the Reasonable. Awesome job, Ivan. If everybody could please give a GG to Ivan. Ivan is going to collect the prize, the one single winner-take-all prize. Congratulations to Ivan. Beyond that, he gets the prestige of winning the first ever TooTallToby 3D CAD modeling speed run tournament. So that you are going to own that forever, Ivan. I'm sure that that's right up there with, building that VW camper bus and taking it all over the world.
Which is a real thing.
Oh man, chat is lighting up. You guys are all so awesome. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for tuning in here. Congrats to everyone. Us. Sean, congrats to you. Congrats to Johnny Gio, our amazing alternate. Congrats to all the competitors. If you guys want to do this again at all, tune in on Monday nights. We do what's called Model Monday Live on our channel. That's going to pretty much bring us to the end, but I just want to thank you once again so much, Sean. Thank you for being here with me. Dude, you are an awesome co-commentator.
Toby, I know when you're the host of something, it's a little weird to ever stop to kind of say anything about yourself, but this whole thing that you've done is just insane. Like, no one is doing this. Like, I've never seen anything resembling like a live stream modeling competition where you have both of these, screens, and you have the bracket, and I know, anyone in the chat who sort of conceptualizes the sort of degree of difficulty of coordinating stuff and the effort. It takes just a moment to think about that stuff, but yeah, I'm really happy that you asked me to co-commentate, and it's been kind of an honor to kind of look at just all these awesome modelers, and just thank you for just doing all the stuff you guys that you've put together, and thank you guys all for all the effort.
Well, thanks, Sean. Dude, you're always smiling. This whole night been nothing but smiles, and you're bringing a smile on my face too. So thank you so much. You were amazing. Thank you to all our competitors.
Thanks,
of course, thank you to the amazing chat. Let people know if you enjoyed this tournament, if you enjoyed this event. Let people know. Send them our way. This is something that I'm really glad we got a chance to do, and I hope that we do it again. And
sure.
Like I said, if I have my way, we'll try and do it again before the end of the year. Maybe like late Q4. But it's all about just trying to get the stuff organized. For right now, I'm just kind of breathing a sigh of relief. I'm very humbled that we had all these amazing competitors that were all able to help us out throughout the presentation, and I'm just thankful that everything went smoothly. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much, and I'll stick around in the chat for just a minute or two if anybody has any final questions, but I think I'm about ready to turn in for the night. So
I have one thing to say, Toby.
Yeah, please.
Everyone, just put a big T in the chat for Toby.
No, man, I'm not the star here. All these guys who competed are the star, but thank you. Thank you all so much. I do really appreciate it. And again, you guys, the competitors, the amazing chat, wouldn't have any of this stuff without all you guys. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And I see Tom has a T in CAD as well. It's awesome. Tune in. Guys, tune in on Monday nights if you want to do Model Monday Live. We do it every Monday night at 9 p.m. East Coast. And this is awesome. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
You guys still on Zoom chat?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm going to close
awesome.
it right now.
That was awesome. Thanks, Toby.
That's so cool.
I'm still here too.
Hold on, let me end the stream and then we'll talk. Or I'll call you guys back.